Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marky Gaming today. Happy to see all of you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. Thanks to the players for being here today. Appreciate y'all. So nice of you. And Nelson, thank you for gifting us up to the community. Going to Rage. Look at that. Perfect. Now you can use emotes, Rage.
Yeah, I can use emotes. That's always exciting for me.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate y'all for spending your day with us. Or watching later if you're watching later. Thanks for watching the stream. And oh my goodness, what is happening, guys? Okay. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much, Mike. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'm ready to play some D&D while this hype train's going. Thank you guys for that. It's gonna be just, this red bar is just sitting there distracting me so much right now. So, Rachel, go ahead and introduce yourself so I can compose myself a little bit.
Okay, you can breathe a little bit. Hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. If you would like to see the art that I do, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Pip400art. Mark.
Now it's all sparkling.
Thank you, Nelson.
It's beautiful, Mark. Thanks, Nelson.
Oh my goodness.
So I stream on Monday at 3:30 CST. So I'll be here tomorrow doing art. So if you would like to hang out with me, then come then. In this game, I play. Don't get distracted, Mark. Sorry, I'm
trying not to.
In this game, I play Eleonora. She is an ASMR warlock that says she's a wizard, and she's a fancy lady. The end.
I need this hydrate. Thank you. Compose myself. Thanks. Let's head on to our next player, Callie. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I won't get distracted because I have Twitch on my phone. And it's a small screen on the side. So,
Good call.
Thanks. I play Winnie, who is a level 3 monk, and just got a weapon for the first time. This is very exciting. So, I have more things than just my fists. And she's not a fancy lady. And that's all.
All right. Great introduction to Winnie.
She has a pet rat.
She's a pet rat, and she's.
Which you could make that fancy, honestly. That's no slight to anyone, but that's
what if we had like a
think of
tuxedo or something? Put the
oh my gosh!
He's a fancy rat. He does a
There you
fancy
go.
name.
I want someone to make him a little bit tuxedo.
What if the rat's very fancy? What if I'm not fancy, but my rat is very fancy?
You could do that. That
Very
could
well,
work.
maybe.
It's the most Laudna thing from Critical Role I've ever heard.
I don't know her.
It's like the opposite of it. I'll send you some stuff.
Sounds good.
Laudna's rat is like the most unfancy, so it's kind of the reverse. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. Nelson, what are you doing? Oh my gosh.
Okay, now I'll get distracted. That's a lot of things to look at.
Oh, thank you so much, Nelson. Oh my
Thanks,
goodness. I gotta play D&D after this, man.
Nelson being sub bay right here. Just...
Oh man. Okay. We still got some time for the school down. Ashley, take it away.
Hello, I'm Ashley. I play Euphemia. She's a human druid who also likes to be a cat. And yeah, I make a lot of art and stuff also. I mostly post on Instagram and TikTok, and all my links are around all over the place. Mostly in the Discord, I post a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's all I got today.
Supposed to go a little longer, but it's okay.
It's refined
sorry.
energy today. We have a.
I'm still recovering from people last
Yes.
night at my house very late. So
Oh man. Now there's like this pop-up here. It's like, you're about to beat your record. It's like, stop! Don't distract me with this type of stuff. Mike, take it away.
I can't. The Mystical Mishaps Discord is just
What?
that's a fancy rat if I've ever seen one. Anyways,
Oh,
I can't look away.
Oh,
Hi,
no, more
my name's Mike,
distractions.
also known as
Oh, wow.
also known as Bardic Dice on all the socials. I also share the tavern with our wonderful Marky Gaming, and you can go see amazing AI rat head human fancy bodies in our Discord channel. Yeah, that's the thing.
The
Yeah.
only time when
Anyway,
AI art is acceptable is
this is the one.
Reddit
This is the one
tuxedo.
time that it's acceptable. This is our hype train stuff that we do. Things get crazy around here. But yeah, I also stream D&D on Twitch. You can go check us out on Fridays. Currently, I think we are agreeing on 8 o'clock Central currently, I think is what the latest is. So anyway, sometime on Friday nights, we will let you know in Discord and all that stuff. But we're coming into the last couple sessions of Face United. It's been a long time coming. We got Mark, we got Rachie, we got Dealey and her husband, and it's a whole lot of fun. They just beat Hanasuka boss, so they got 2 more boss fights left. It's exciting. I mean, catch us out on VOD as well. But today I play not Avum, pulled up the wrong thing. Devereaux. And I just watched a show that made me cry, so I'm super gruffy voice today. So he's an artificer who wants to be a wizard, not lying about the wizard part, but needs to still work on it. So,
Awesome. Go give Mark Dice a follow if you haven't already. Oh, Nelson, what are you saying?
or just send me more AI art. It's fine.
You're just being honest. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, I am Mark. I am the Dungeon Master. There's a Discord link in the chat we share with Mark Dice too. Click on that. Go to the Mystical Mishaps channel in there, and you can see weird art and fun art and post your own gifs. And yeah, let's just get nuts today, right? Let's just go. That's how it's gonna be.
We're getting silly.
It's
gonna be a
session.
silly day.
It's session 13. So I was like, "Do you guys feel lucky in the title?" And this is already getting out of hand. So we're gonna see how things go. But yeah, Mark, Dungeon Master. That's what I do here. And we do have a podcast and a YouTube channel that you can check out old sessions on there, and we try to get them uploaded during the week after the session, so you can see it if you missed it or whatever. So check those out, give those a follow or a subscription or whatever they do on each thing that you're doing it on. Yeah, check those out there. But yeah, you guys ready to play some D&D? I think that's all the news we have. So let's go ahead and get into our intro. And thank you guys again for the crazy hype train. I appreciate y'all. Here we go with the intro. All right, we're back, and my goodness, guys, thank you for that. I got dancing critters on my screen over here now that I can't hide, so this is great. Thank you, though, so much for the subs there, Nelson. You are too kind, my friend. But let's play D&D, guys. And Mike, you got an advantage die already. Ash, you do as well. I'm waiting for the others to comment. Callie, there's yours. And
Thank you.
Rachel, you got yours. And we have a raised mishap level as well. So let's get that raised real quick.
Thanks, D.
Dude, it's like dropping the mic.
Bam!
As we're already up to
This is
high
my-
as we start this campaign. All right. Oh, okay, we got a lower right
High
away.
amount of fun.
Nelson's on our side.
Wow.
Boo.
Let's lower that too real quick, and probably we'll go
It's
below.
gonna be a
Yep,
war of attrition
We're-
here. We
we're-
got some alpha people in the chat.
we're back down to medium level mishap. But let's do our recap as we start today's session. Our players were in a graveyard last week. They were encountering some angels that seemed to be alive or animated or something. And they began to move in towards the party, which started a combat. Party fought them. It looked real rough at the start because Winnie went down like right away, but the party was able to rally and destroy these statues, and one was nearly about to get away, and like a last second spell took it down. It was great. You guys did amazing with that fight. But then there was a hunch about like where this missing woman they were searching for could be. They decided they were going to check the grave of the husband that had died. They dig down, and inside they find a barely alive woman there that they were looking for, Susanna. So they were able to rescue her and get her back to safety. And if anybody's like, how did she survive for like 2 days underground in a casket when you only can survive a few hours normally? Magic life alert. That's what I came up with as the explanation. So it produces bits of oxygen enough to kind of prolong the chance of someone being able to be found alive and rescued. But you guys caught it right at the end. Good job.
We all
Great
need
commercial.
magic
Help! I've
life
fallen
alert.
and been stuffed into a coffin underground.
And that really, you have to like have the really aggressively like when no one was there, life alert was there for me. Like you should do that again.
Exactly.
Magic life alert was there for me.
I think I'm
My
falling
daughter
asleep
didn't-
to so many of those commercials at night. Yeah, they traumatized.
But they rescued her, and they were able to get some payment for that, which is always good to get that extra coin flow. And then they sort of split. Two of them went to the tavern to look into some things, while the other two went back to the school. Found out they missed an appointment that was set up with one of the teachers there. Awkward. And there wasn't much to see at the tavern, but there was a little present that was left for a strange little individual named Ram out behind the tavern. See what happens with that. Thanks for the hype train. That's cool. New record. Appreciate it.
Got a new emote.
New emotes too, yeah. Man, is it like a crying lion? That's crazy looking.
Oh, I got an owl.
Oh, cool.
Does everyone get something different?
Yeah. But yeah, they ended up kind of all reconnecting back at Winnie's parents' house, and had a dinner that was mostly awkward if it weren't for Eleanor sort of talking up the parents, and they all went to
Airing the
bed
conversation.
that night. And during that night, it was Davril and Eleonora that seemed to be afflicted with some nightmares that were keeping them a little more restless. It's slow enough of a day that they're not like in a hurry, and they're not going to get a level of exhaustion for this, but it's definitely a little tiring for them as they wake up the next morning. In the kitchen, there is your mom, Winnie. She's cooking some breakfast, but she also looks a little tired as well. As you can come in there. Do you guys want to do wake up rolls for this? We like doing wake up rolls, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
why don't I do that? But we'll do the two who had nightmares with disadvantage. How about that? Just to sort of slow
Okay,
you down.
that works.
I'm using my
more.
advantage. I know, I'm just kidding.
If you want to, go for it.
I want to wake up
Yeah.
hard.
Nightmares don't bother me.
13. Oh no.
2.
Oh wow. 11.
Hey.
All right. Well, because yours is disadvantaged, Dav, I'm gonna have you go after.
Yep.
Oh yeah, first up would be you, Winnie. You'd see your mom.
Okay.
She's cooking breakfast for everybody, as a good hostess would. We're raising some mishap level. Woo.
I guess I'll like be like, good morning, and does she look disheveled or no?
Good morning. She looks a little less well kept than normal.
Okay.
But still mostly good, presentable, you know.
I'll be like, did you sleep okay?
Oh, it was fine. Just, you know, some dreams that were keeping me awake. No, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Do I sense it? Like, do they seem like they like? I don't know. Does it seem odd for her to like be like that or no?
I mean,
Okay.
people have dreams occasionally.
Yeah, I didn't know if she was like kept, you know. Okay. I'll just start helping her, I guess, and wait for everyone else to get up.
But yeah, not too long after Euphemia would be able to get up as well.
I would quietly go into the kitchen and just say, good morning, and is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, good morning. Breakfast should be ready in a moment, so whenever you're fine. You can set the table if you'd like.
Okay, thanks.
And yeah, she'll point out where everything is, and if you want to help out with that, I guess you don't have to. But
I'll set the table or something, like
Okay.
if there's like things around. Like I'm just gonna do something to be helpful.
Be
Sure.
busy.
Yeah.
Be useful.
Try and make up for my entrance the day before.
Cleansing the dirt spot from where the dirty dress was on the table.
It's still there. Oh no.
Okay.
but yeah, you start working on that not too long after, though, Dav. You're able to get up and sort of make your way down.
I think before he would come down, Dav wakes up from the nightmare and kind of what he sees, and it's like, you know, when you're watching a TV show that's like one thing, and then you get hit with a scene that's like really deep and activating, and you're like not expecting it, so it just brings up a lot of stuff, and you just start bawling.
Yeah.
Not that it's ever happened to me, but it kind of happened to him when he woke up. So he's, you can hear like coughing from the room. Oh man, allergies. And is there anything in the room like worth noting? He just kind of like is starting to get nosy because he's trying to distract himself. He's like, now
Like to go through the room, you can do an investigation.
Snooping for my stuff.
now he's snooping through his stuff. Natural 20.
There you go.
Dear diary, I wish I had friends. I'm sad.
Yeah, 25 if it's investigation.
Yeah, I mean, there is the rat that's in there. You got a whole bunch of different notebooks you could go through with pictures of monsters in there. I mean,
Is there
And you
some
find-
leftover felt as she was trying to assemble a suit?
I was gonna say, and then you find, oh no, a tiny tuxedo.
There it
What
is,
this?
all
A
right.
little martini glass. What is
Is this
this?
supposed to be like a
I guess it's
fancy
canon
rat
now.
outfit?
Hmm.
The smallest
weird.
top hat you've ever seen.
A tiny top hat, a little martini glass with a tiny olive in it. Wow, crazy.
so
He's
in
gonna take.
Beacons, you find a rabbit suit with a natural 20. In this, you find a rat tuxedo.
Yeah, it's canon. When he tried to dress her out in a tiny tuxedo.
Perfect.
That's interesting.
Everyone else,
I
they
feel
like
like
a school
she
dance.
would. You know,
School dance, and I didn't want to go, so I just like me and my rat had like a little like. We just
And
had our
remind
own
me,
little
you
party.
still have the rat? Like the rat like stays with
Yeah,
you? Is that
Frank's
right?
He doesn't. I don't travel him because Mark said he'd die because he's like 1 hit point. But
Yeah.
I do have him. He's like there. He's around.
And the rat's in the room, Mark?
Yeah.
Cool. So Dav's like super trying to distract himself from all this, and he's like taking out his jewelry tools and all this stuff, and artificering basically that last image of like super fancy steampunk, and like connecting it to the rat so the rat can't take it off. He's gonna try to fix all this to the rat and then present it to Whitney in the morning.
All right.
He's had nightmares.
Give me an animal handling check.
Does Philip like you? That's the question. Is it a 1? Don't use your advantage dice for this. Don't do it. We need it.
I'm really tempted to.
Do whatever you want. Whatever you'd like to do.
I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself to make sure I can catch him, but I did a 12 animal handling.
Okay. I mean,
Like super quick.
the rat clearly does not like what you're doing to it, but you're able to hold on to it.
You're not his friend, so he doesn't know you. Why would you? Why would he let you?
Look, sometimes things happen to us that we don't like, but we just have to get through it.
All right.
Did you say you're casting a spell though? First thing in the
did.
morning?
Yeah.
I did.
All right.
Expeditious Retreat.
First level.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do this. That brings it up to high level as I check for a mishap. Let's see.
Kills the rat by accident.
Say that. Horrible.
Thank goodness you're at the school. No mishap.
True.
Yeah, it's
There we
fine.
go.
Perfect. And yeah, we'll do that and then carry the rat down with the suit on.
Kindly.
Do I need to
with
make any
respect.
jewelry check or am I
What?
good?
It looked like you carried it by the tail or something.
Yeah,
Please.
No, you can
Carry
just
it
do
with
it.
respect.
Like by its scruff so it can't bite you, you know? Back.
Bite.
Biting my fingers right now.
Yeah. So you bring it down, yeah.
Hi, Miss Alore. Thanks again for everything that you've done for us. Hey, Winnie.
Do I see the rat? Do I see Philip?
I think he's presented it to you, yeah.
Oh, where'd you find his suit?
Yeah, well, you know, it just had it like laying around, and
I didn't have it laying around.
Too small. It was a little too small now, but you know, I did a couple sketches and some plans and revised it a little bit.
I'm gonna take Philip and be like, I definitely didn't have this lying around.
No, yeah, it was just right. It was pretty easy to get to actually. You just sitting out. Your mom must have gotten some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Can I?
Hi, Miss Alore. Oh, what'd you make today? Oh, that looks amazing.
You keep saying Halore too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
it's just Halore.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
Alore. My bad.
Like aloha.
It's Alore. It's the northern accent. My apologies.
It's all right.
Just gonna look you up and down.
Please have a seat. Breakfast should be ready in a moment. And she just kind of like looks
I have
into
to-
the other room and just sees Eleanor just still passed out, sleeping there. Just
Oh no.
all right.
Oh, I'll put Philip down and give him a little treat for like give him a little bit of breakfast on his own, and then I'll go wake Eleanor up, I guess.
Okay.
I poke you. Hi, hey, Eleanor.
Okay, how do we react to getting woken up? Hold on, let me think. Yeah, normally she like wakes up before everyone, so this is really weird.
I'm not poking you a lot. I'm like poking you pretty like
Oh, I know.
gingerly, like hi.
Oh, for sure. I know you're being great. I think like she will just sit up and be like, "What's wrong?" Like
Oh,
very
nothing.
quickly.
Oh, breakfast is ready. Are you hungry? You don't have to eat if you don't want to. You can keep sleeping.
Oh dear. Is it late?
What time is it, Mark?
I mean, it's still morning. Not too late.
Okay. Like, no, it's not late. We're about to eat, so I don't know if you wanted food or not.
Oh,
or
it's
if you want- I
clearly
can say
late.
it's
I'll be back. And I
Oh.
just like grab all my stuff to go get ready.
Oh,
I go
okay.
to the bathroom. Thank you, dear. And then I just like leave.
Yeah. And I'll I guess just walk into the kitchen or whatever, and then I'll just set aside some food to Eleanor, like to make sure she has some later, and try and like keep it warm.
Okay. Your father comes in as well. He's got a big cup of coffee with him. He also looks a little tired as he sits down. Takes another big drink of that, and good morning, everybody.
How are you? How'd you sleep?
I just tossed and turned.
Okay, I'm trying to think in character and not as me knowing everyone has nightmares, but I feel like okay. I'll wait then. I'll kind of be like, oh, any specific reason or no?
This was a rough night, I guess.
I'm just looking at you, Femia.
I'll look at you guys and be like, how did you guys sleep okay?
No.
No?
That was fine.
But you didn't, did you have nightmares, Dev?
Nightmares, memories, traumatizing things. Yep.
Okay. Eleanor usually wakes up early, right? Is that normally how we, Okay.
Normally she's one of the first ones up.
Yeah. We'll have to ask her how she slept too.
I try to beat her out normally, but she just takes longer, so it's skewed how you view it, you know.
Right. Is the vibe in the room like everyone's kind of distressed, or is everyone just like tired? What's the...
I was wondering that too. Like, is everybody like kind of lost in thought, or are they just
like bothered by like what they
get going?
Seen?
I mean, you could roll an insight roll if you'd like to.
Yes, please. Oh,
That looks like he's in denial, not distracted though.
Okay, 18.
Nope. That's a 7.
All right. I mean, for you, Winnie, you just kind of get a sense that everyone seems just like they did not sleep well. They're all tired.
Okay.
Just those three so far, and I mean, Eleanor seemed a little out of it too this morning, but.
Okay. Could be a rough day yesterday, I guess. I'm debating if she like is she's like catching on. Okay. I guess I'll just start eating and kind of like just waiting to see what the vibe is, I guess.
Okay. It's quieter this morning, unless you guys talk much.
I'll try and like ask, I guess, my parents about like work and stuff like that. Just like, what are you guys doing? What's going on? That kind of thing.
And they'll go into like a little bit of detail, not too much, but just kind of seem a little slower this morning.
Okay.
Eleanor, are you gonna make it in, or you taking your time?
Whatever. Well, she'll hurry because she doesn't want to keep people waiting either. But she also, it's one of those things like you hurry, but you also have to make sure you look good.
Okay, so 2 hours later. Okay.
Can't rush perfection.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. So I don't know, probably like 10, 15 minutes. I'll finally come in.
Okay. But yeah, your parents just kind of finish up things, and Winnie, can we trust that you'll help clean up when your friends are all finished?
Yeah, I got it.
That's fine, Mr. and Mrs. Halor. I got it today, and he'll start getting up and getting dishes when people aren't even done yet.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your hospitality. He just leans into Winnie. He's like, "Parents love me."
I'm big. Can't just look.
But they'll kind of get ready to go about their day, get their things. Yeah, nothing else. They'll just take off and head out for their day.
Does Eleanor seem like frazzled?
No.
No.
No. She looks like she's putting on airs and is right back to normal. So yeah, I mean, unless you want me to roll deception, but I feel like she's pretty good at just getting over things like that for the moment. So
Yeah.
she's back in go mode, it
Yeah.
seems.
I feel like also we don't know each other maybe well enough to know if you're like faking it or not. So it's kind of like
Right.
seems normal.
Yep.
Is there like, okay, and I don't mean to like, okay, is there like kind of a feeling of like a dark cloud being over the house, or is that like just, is that not, just seems normal? Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's a
Didn't know if it
normal
was, like,
day.
like a
So
negative.
did they already leave, or is the parents still there?
Parents are kind of gathering the things. If you guys just wait until they're gone, like they'll gather the
Yeah.
things and go. But
Yeah, we'll wait probably.
they gather the stuff and they head out.
So what is our plan today? Are we going to see Ernest, your professor?
Yeah, maybe just ask him. Well, first I want to ask him if maybe what's her name?
Vanya?
Vari.
Sorry.
Vari. Reconsidered.
So many new names already.
Reconsidered talking to us, but also I wanted to ask him about just the angels yesterday, and if that's I don't know, just maybe some like if it could have been just like mishaps in general. I don't know. I just wanted to ask him some questions and see if maybe some of the professors like knew anything, or even if Vari couldn't help us, maybe some of the other professors could. I don't know.
Sure.
But if you guys, like I said, if you guys don't want to go, if you
Resources.
think it's not necessarily gonna help, I can just go over there too. It doesn't matter.
No, I think
wouldn't
we all
hurt
said we
to
should.
have
Okay.
extra ears along.
Okay.
Unless you've been saying that a couple times, Winnie. Do you want time alone with him?
No, I just don't want to make anybody do anything they don't feel like doing, or if they. Obviously, Ernest and I have we have a relationship, so I feel like I can ask him things. But if you guys don't think it'd be the most useful, then we don't. You guys don't have to come. I guess that was my only thing. It was
You said
more.
You said he's more like martially trained guy,
Mhm.
right? Not like
But he also,
arcane.
yeah. I guess Mark, would he be? He'd have some arcane tuning, right? Or no? I don't know. Would I know
It's
about
not
his
arcane.
background?
No.
Arcane. Okay.
So he's
but
like
I think-
physical education teacher, pretty much, is what you're saying.
Kind of. He has like a whistle.
Yeah, we had some of those.
Like a
in there,
sweatsuit.
yeah.
Yeah.
He like rubs your shoulder when you walk in the morning, just letting you know how you're doing. Yeah.
Woke up, buddy. You got it. Yeah. I mean, not really, but he doesn't have much. He just has helped with like my punching and things, but also he is like connected in the sense where he's been pretty well respected and things, so he might
That's
know
the thought,
who to
yes.
ask.
Yes,
Or he might be
that was
more in
my
the know
thought.
about. Yeah, that was my thinking. Is he might know or have heard rumors from other staff about certain things. He's like Mark. He's like a well-respected professor. He's like older and stuff, right? He's like in with the school.
He definitely is respected because he's a professor here. So
Okay.
he's not like necessarily the top level of teachers, like
Yeah.
these are the ones you really
Yeah.
want, but like he's respected.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly, if he would know anything, but maybe he could point us in direction at least of like what, where to get information potentially. So it's a place to start and somebody who I trust. So that's what I was thinking.
A good place to start.
Yes, we'll see if there's anything left to pursue here, or if it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Are we thinking? I was thinking a lot, and I want to make sure we only do things that we're ready for. I would like very much to be able to go recover the body of my kind of friend, but also I don't know how ready we are for something like that spider. I very narrowly escaped, and that was only because I don't even know why. I just was fast, and that was it. I didn't fight it or anything like that either. So I only want to do things that we're ready for. I know I was excited earlier, and I'm sorry if I didn't mean to get too excited, but anxious, I don't know. But also, I don't want to do things that we're not prepared for. Do we feel like we're prepared for that or no?
I would be cautious of venturing into the woods again without a
True.
little bit more experience on our side, just
True.
based on what we've seen already. But I do think that's important to address at some point, so we need to loop back if we don't right away.
We could treat, what is it called? Yellow what?
Yellow
Is it Yellow Field? We
Okay.
could treat Yellow Field as a training ground, and if we
Sure.
want to see what experience we can gather before we make our way back here.
Mark, do I get the sense that the woods, because obviously when I went into it was bad, but like the thing we just saw was, like the thing we fought with the other monster hunter group was worse. Do I get this, like, has there been sort of a sense that the woods are getting worse or they're just very dangerous? Like, do I have any?
As far as
that.
you know, the woods are just dangerous.
Very dangerous. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Euphemia was right in the sense that, Susanna was very time sensitive, but I guess Paula's been gone for quite a while now, and I don't want to make her family wait, but I also don't want to put anyone else in danger.
Do you
So,
do you think it would bring them peace of mind to let them know that we intend to at some point follow through with this, or maybe just wait until we can back that up?
maybe wait, I think. I may write them well, I don't know. Actually, did I have any contact with them after Paula's death or no?
I feel like you probably wouldn't
Did-
have much, unless you would intentionally try
know
to seek
about-
them out.
No, do they know about me at all or no?
They probably have heard about you.
Okay. I probably wouldn't have gone after them then. I think maybe I want to wait and see if how we do, maybe in Yellowfield or elsewhere, and just see if I feel. I don't want to make any promises, because again, I don't want to put anyone else in danger. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but also I want to try and do it. But it would make me feel even worse if one of you guys got hurt in the process, like, or didn't come back or something like that. So I don't know. I'd rather wait and see how we do, and then make sure I can tell them and be accurate.
I think that's
Mhm.
wise. Especially as we are all tied now to the Horde Hunters. We want to make sure our credibility is sound.
Mm.
It gives
Do I
us
think
some
we got-
room if we decide we need even more time, or if we decide that it's beneficial to do something different. Not that I want to deviate from this, because I know it's important to you, Winifred, but you never know what will happen, is all I mean.
That's and also with the wood, like with us facing that other creature, whatever it was in the woods last time, I just don't. The giant spider may not be the worst thing we meet out there if we're looking, and so I don't really want to do something we are not ready for. So, but on a positive note, do you guys think that I mean, we did a thing yesterday. Do you think we're gonna, like, people might talk about us or something? I think we can, like, be hired
I
for?
think
Hardly
it is.
Interesting, like, recognition after one achievement. I think we have
These
a
sorts
ways
of
to
things
go.
are slow builds.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, certainly Susanna's family will be pleased and will know our name. And the more we do such things,
Mhm.
it will gather
Should
over
we-
time.
Before we leave, should we try and see if the council will let us talk to Mariah? Just and ask her, like, I don't know if anything strange happened maybe before, so we can, like, if she noticed anything odd. Now in hindsight, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe something her mom said. I don't know if we want to talk to her yet. She's obviously recovering still, but
Perhaps we should give the family a few days. Weren't we going to stay here anyway because of the flying creatures and seeing if they pop up again?
yeah. Yeah. Could probably
Yeah,
do
I'd
that.
say let's give it some time for them. I mean, no point rushing that. I don't know anything pertinent that would come from that unless something happened and people would seek us out knowing that we're on the job anyway.
That's true. I guess, yeah.
In
if she
some
calls
ways,
me
we
Rick,
must
I'll
know
let
when
us
to
know.
stop too.
That's
we
true.
must know when our place is to stop meddling in their lives.
As you know,
and-
monster hunters aren't really wanted except when they're needed.
It's true. Okay. Just curious.
If it was something that seemed like it would happen again to them and was within their best interest, I could see pushing it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no harm in at least asking the council a day or two from now. How are they doing? How are they recovering? And perhaps then if something is going on, we can follow up on it.
Agreed.
All right, so we have a meeting with Vari and your mentor, hopefully with Vari. Meeting with your professor. Did we want to bother with the other job on the board?
We could.
You all remember?
Does anyone know how to swim? Do I know? I know how to swim, right? I feel like I know how to swim.
What's your athletics?
Probably not very good, if I'm being honest. +3.
You probably can swim.
Wow. I'm used to the -1 athletics from Raya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drowning somewhere out there. Okay, yeah, I'll be. Well, I mean, can anyone else swim?
I used to live in the mountains where things were frozen. We didn't really have many waters that you'd want to go swimming in.
Okay.
I'm a bit more of a land creature.
I have not
Has anyone ever
had much experience with untamed waters.
We could always ask the person who posted it and see what's going on. But I don't know. If you guys want to just move on to Yellowfield, we can do that too. To you.
I mean, we'll try and track down. I'm blanking out our buddy.
Japnut?
Japnut.
Oh, yes, you didn't find him.
He wasn't there yesterday.
I see.
Again, I
Did you
don't
see any
want
more-
to push that communication too much because they seem like they're into stuff they don't want to be necessarily publicized. But
I wonder if even when we get back to Heaven's Reach at some point, if Japnot is connected to Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Or even giving more information.
I didn't get the feeling like Kindra was a known connection there, but
And you have not seen your strange kidnapper?
Oh, Ram?
Yes.
No.
All right.
I think he'll show up when he feels like it. Probably not a second before.
Question for you all. I was thinking last night about this. Have we all been born here on this plane?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? All right.
As far
Winnie,
as
Winnie, you
I
have not.
know.
You were not.
I wasn't? Oh, I thought okay. When did I come over here? I forgot.
You
My notes.
came to this plane.
Flipping.
Let me grab your.
Okay. I know, I'm going I had all my backstory stuff. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I have it in here somewhere. At age 48.
Oh, okay. No, not me.
Not you.
I was born in what plane was I born? What is there a name for it, or just a different plane?
The Great Haven is what your original plane was called, and you were from a place called Still Pass.
Okay, I'll say all that. It's from Still Pass.
All right. I
You
was
muted
just
Mike,
curious.
I was just saying I was looking for recognition in people's faces.
No, it's nothing. Dang it.
But I've lived here for a long time, though.
All right. I was trying to think of. I kept thinking about what Ram was saying, that we weren't supposed to be here,
Mm-hmm.
and so.
Well, maybe-
we're not born on this plane, but it seems like I was. It seems like everyone but Winifred was. And so.
But also, when
And
I
I
was thinking. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I saw the mist around everyone at one point, Mark, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so it didn't exclude Winnie.
But also, I
Good to
mean,
know.
maybe mishaps happen to everybody, and I feel like things have been getting kind of worse here for the last few years. So maybe no one's supposed to be on this plane. It's like collapsing or something. I don't know.
Potentially. That's an angle to look at, certainly.
Interesting point. Mm-hmm.
All right. And yes, I don't know who this Ram is, but I wonder if he's from here or not. What type of person? It might be good to try and figure out whenever we see him next, which I am hoping is on our terms and not whatever that was last time.
I'll make a note to ask him if it happens again. If we run into him again at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, just spitballing. Kind of been always thinking about why the shutter happened, and sorry, these chairs are squeaking in. Just thinking, if something shut out the gods or turned them off for a while, what does that usually accomplish? And you read into a lot of like thieves stuff and heists, and someone usually tries and gets something to change while that's doing. So that could have been a distraction of some other entity or group of wizards wanted to change something. So if there's
trying to
effects
take over
that are
the
happening
universe,
afterwards,
that sort of
that
thing.
kind of
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
Steal some sort of important thing to change the fabric of reality. I don't know. I mean, who cares what the reason is? But I'm just saying, if something changed afterwards, even after they came back, something new, something wanting to interact, and now these are the consequences of it. Another way.
Yes, I mean, I think that that's a good idea. Because when we were talking to Mr. Hawks, he said that everything is normal where he is. So, it seems that our plane in particular is a special case. So, the question
plane
is why.
It was created though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did the shutter only happen here, or was it otherwise? It was just this plane, right?
The gods disappearing happened everywhere.
Was it everywhere?
Yes.
I'm not too familiar with other planes.
I haven't been back to the planes since I was younger. So.
Well, the gods transcend all the planes, so I don't know how haywire the magic went, but I would assume that anyone connected with the gods that disappeared would not.
And if a
be
plane
able
was
to.
created by artificial magic versus divine, then maybe it's easier to change or control. So
Yes, maybe.
a lot of theories.
It's lots of
answers
theories.
right now. Yeah. We used to take days doing this in the library. This is kind of a thing.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's like a hobby. When people go out to town and like for the weekend, we'd be like, hey, let's go to the library after hours and think about stuff.
Sounds very mentally stimulating.
Oh, shit. Tell me it was. Let me know. You get a little loopy at night and you just like really just stick stuff out there. It's
That was the worst college student.
It was a good old
One
day.
that just will not stop. All right, well, shall we meet with Ernest? Is there anything else we need to discuss at the moment?
I tried to find I tried to ask my mom about the student who dropped off the note from you, Euphemia, but she forgot to ask, so I don't know. I'll try and ask again, but I'm sorry, that was kind of a dead end.
Well, maybe she'll follow through. It seemed like she was a little distraught by
Yeah, I'm sorry.
everything yesterday.
I don't think she likes things that don't make sense. So
She certainly does not.
Then we are not going to make a very good impression because there's a lot of things about us that don't make sense.
Oh, certainly we can.
Yeah.
We just omit certain bits of information. We plan when to have discussions and when not to. We can be perfectly pleasant house guests. And if we're able to interject compliments and different things of her interest along with the suggestion that we might need, then perhaps we can get...
Yeah, Winnie, come on. I've been calling them Holore for like 3 days now, and you're not even going to correct me? Like, that's embarrassing.
I'm gonna I'll be honest. I feel like you've been calling people the wrong names this whole time, and I kind of gave up correcting
that's
you
the
after,
thing
like...
that happens. I should get corrected when it happens. I have a dialect issue. I have a throat issue. It happens.
I mean, I thought you were just doing your own thing. I don't know.
Well, I apologize.
I thought it was rather funny.
I saw
I mean-
the E. I thought it was a regional thing.
Look at the spelling of my last name. Is there any?
Is there
What
no
is
E?
my
Then
last
I
I
put
mean,
an
there is an
I
E,
don't
but it's
know.
after the
Alright.
H. So,
It is hello. Like I think it was. I thought I'm like, is there an E at the end? Like hello, right? Like that's what you thought it was.
I
like,
wrote
A?
an E at the end. I don't know where that came from.
It's not
Nope.
there. But
Well, there, y'all need like name plaques on your mailbox or something. If you're anyway, that's on. I'll take this one. I'll take.
I'll play. There's a big sign over the fireplace, like engraved. Or something. There's that one there. I
The
don't know.
family,
Well,
yeah.
if you look at the brick next to it, that doesn't.
Okay. I mean, listen, it's fine if you don't. I just thought you got. I don't know. I thought it was kind of your thing. People's names wrong, so maybe it was just a thing.
Oh yeah, no,
They
that
don't-
happens a lot.
I mean, and plus, to be honest with you, again, I don't make a very good impression on my parents. So I kind of wasn't expecting. Not that you guys wouldn't. You know what I mean. But anything
You're
I
saying
do,
I
you
haven't
guys are
made a good
unfortunately.
impression?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
You make great impressions with parents. Parents love.
But it's part of his inner lore for himself. His parents love even though.
I'm just saying, back where I'm from, all the parents loved me. That's
But yeah, I don't know. I think unfortunately, since you guys are connected with me, they're gonna be wary and maybe dismissive. So I just sort of have been not concentrating on that, I guess. But yeah, we should go. We should
Yes,
see
let's
Ernest,
go.
all right.
at one point, again, not important. Just after Ernest, or maybe Ernest can point us in the right direction. I am interested in like a spell book if they have one. I could start maybe working on. It'd be easy, 101 stuff, right? But
Of course.
maybe Euphemia, maybe afterwards you can help me do that since we're like partnering off, make sure we're not alone.
Oh, go get the book with you, you mean?
Mhm.
That's fine.
Cool.
So you're heading over to Ernest first?
Ernest.
Okay. So you head out, and he currently is conducting a class in one of the courtyards, working with some students there. If you'd like to approach there.
Just watch for a little bit.
Yeah.
That would actually be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he's just conducting class. They're all like doing their training exercises, and he's correcting forms, like that kind of stuff. Winnie, you're very familiar with kind of the stuff he's doing as he's worked with you before, and it's just a lot of sort of training the students to use like the inner strength to really just kind of fuel themselves to just have that extra oomph to what they're doing.
You guys see Winnie just suddenly doing like with the moves, just kind of like
So
yeah.
cute.
like
Aw.
listening.
I love her.
And I'll just wait till he's done. Yeah, I don't want to be.
So this goes on for about like 20-25 more minutes or so of him doing his class, and then he dismisses the students and kind of looks over and waves to y'all.
Walk over. Do you have time?
Good
between
morning.
classes?
Yes. What can I do for you all today?
We just had some questions. I don't know if now is a good time or if you have a class soon.
I have a little bit of time. If you have some questions, I can certainly do that. Here, come sit down. He grabs like a bench, like a group of benches that are nearby, and just kind of like at a 90-degree angle, and sits down on one of them. And please, just put motions to the benches beside him.
Did you get a chance to talk to Vari? Is she mad about?
Oh yeah,
yesterday?
she's not happy. She
I'm
said, I believe if they won't respect my time, they don't deserve to get a second chance. So
Okay. Did you tell her about the angels and things?
I did. She didn't seem to care.
Okay.
She
What would you suggest repairing that?
If there is a way to repair it.
I mean, I don't know. She is, she values her time. It's one of the most valuable things to her. So, she's a bit extreme, I agree. I think she should be a little more forgiving, especially since of the circumstances of why you missed the meeting, but perhaps if there's a way you all can grab her attention and make her want to talk to you, then she would be willing to give that time. The time seems valuable to her rather than taking her away from something else.
Clarification. Are we talking positive attention, or is this any PR is good PR with her? Like, we mess with the Fuzor, she has to come fix it, grab her attention sort of thing. I'm guessing good.
If you mess with her Fuzor, I may never see you again. So,
clarifying, thank you.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing that, especially because there could be dangers involved for all the students here if you stop something from working.
I meant like we pretend or like look like we're about to. That's all. I was just saying like bad attention, but good attention on board.
Only good, yes.
Yes, putting that outside of the mind.
Is there anything you'd suggest to like get her attention that would be good?
I don't know. Impress her in some way. Give her some information that may be of use. I don't know.
Okay. Also with the angels that we told you about a little bit yesterday, I was talking to my dad a little bit, and he said it might have just been a random mishap, but I don't know. It was odd because they were all gathered in one area around this grave, and they had put this woman into the casket with her husband. Does that, I mean, obviously odd circumstances. Is that like a mishap, like a monster? Like, do you know? I'm
not an expert when it comes to mishaps. Unfortunately, I do wish I could provide more for you. It's from my understanding, though, they can just happen in a certain location to a certain person, and so if it was a cluster of statues, that does sound like maybe it was just in that area that those were affected. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was what the cause would be or anything like that.
Do we have any way, like, is there anyone we can talk to about who knows specifically about mishaps, who's like a resident expert, I guess? Besides, sorry. Unfortunately. Or somebody who maybe she communicated with. I obviously, I don't know if it's just her or if it's a lot of other.
Vari is genius level for her age. Truly a prodigy for what she is capable of thinking of and figuring out. She is probably one of the front lines, at least in Lakeside, on mishap understanding. There might be more back in Heaven's Reach, I'm not sure. But
okay.
She would be the person that you'd want to speak to about mishaps if you're here.
How long has she been at this college?
She's been here for at least a couple of years. She's definitely newer. She's younger. But
where did she study before? Do you know?
Where did she study, you said, or what did she study?
Where?
I don't know that. Where she came from. She just was hired on, but I don't think she's from this plane.
Oh, I see. Do you know what she primarily works with? Has she always worked with Fusel, or is this a new addition?
I believe it's newer.
New addition.
Something newer she's gotten into.
I see.
Any frequent consultants or visitors that would work on her on this project that you're aware of?
For her?
Yeah,
she works alone most times.
Seems like it. Right. You ever get nightmares?
Occasionally.
Like consistently?
Oppressively. Not typically, no.
Good to know.
Do you know anyone who'd know anything about nightmares and dreams and things, or anyone at the school who like is good at that kind of stuff?
Let's see. That's probably more of the religious studies. Me think who would be the person to speak to about that. Perhaps speaking to. Sorry, I get the name. He's one of the religious study teachers. His name is Neil Weston. He may be the person to speak to.
Okay. And in terms of do you know anyone who would know about like this plane, like information about this plane that like, you know, like how it was made, what's going on, that kind of thing?
How the world was made?
That and just like, you know, I guess what I don't know, just stuff about this plane specifically. Do you know anyone would know?
Well, so we're trying to connect and see how Mishaps might connect to the Shadra and the reason why the plane was created in the first place.
Ah, I see. Well, I mean, as you all may be aware, we had, it's nearly 150 years ago now, actually, there were 4 wizards who made the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they all came here to this location due to its magic potential and used their great power to create the world we live in.
Was there anything there before that, or just magic?
As far as I know, it's just there was like a convergence of lots of magical energy here, and that's what they felt would be the great potential for having a land that could flourish and have great potential magical knowledge to be learned.
Anyone here have any direct academic relationship with them? Stratsum,
Well,
Olivia,
3 of them
Dolores,
are
Alcor.
3 of them are now passed, but
Right.
the last one remaining, Stastrom, is in Heaven's Reach.
Heaven's Reach, yes.
I mean, he's not really somebody you
sure if,
just have a meeting with.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they have apprentices, so I just wasn't sure if anyone here was directly related to studying underneath them.
I mean, Stastrom has definitely spent a good amount of time, mostly in Northport, would be where he spent many years, especially in the early years. But beyond that, it's not like people consult him. He's almost like retired, as you might say at this point, with how many years he's been here. But yeah, I mean, Stastrom is even the one who helped create, the elemental race, the fire and the air and the water and the earth Genasi people. He was key in the creation of those people here in this world.
So he'd probably be aware of most of them, or any of them with prominence, then, yes.
I mean, he would potentially be aware. I mean, this was years ago he created them. So they've become their own people since that point. Not like they keep tabs on everybody.
Well, it seems like one of our first concerns then is trying to get Vari's attention somehow.
Yes, I do wish you the best with that. But again, she is always wanting to learn more, so if you can tempt her there or use our connection, I don't know.
Well, that is the thing. There could be a connection there. My late husband, was key in developing many fusel technologies. However, I am aware of only the ones he completed, not ones that he was in the process of. So I do not know how truly tempting that would be for her, aside from I was married to him.
You can
Or
always
what about
try.
the prospect of materials that she is still in need of for her creations, like her bear or inventions? Something we could go out and get on behalf of for her. All we need is a foot in the door, a messenger to kind of entice her.
Again, you can try. It's up to you to pique her interest.
Is she one? I know you have not interacted with her much, so I understand you might not know. But is she one that would be interested in what might be going on at the mines with Fusor right now? Even if they were contrary to what popular belief says, or is that something that would seem gossip and a waste of time? I could see it going either way, but I do not know her.
I don't know why she would need to know the day-to-day workings of the mine, but again, you can
She
try
still
whatever you
needs
like.
direct access, right?
Well, if
She
it was
has
a danger,
access. She orders
she has access, but
Fusor already.
there's a part of me that wonders if things are going on in that mind where Fusor may be, I don't know,
Affected.
affected.
Okay.
So,
Do you think that's something that would be worthwhile to her? Again, she likes to deal with facts, so I would recommend
yes.
having something that she can have some firm belief in, not just hearsay. But
Does she take facts as like hard evidence that she is holding in her hand, sort of thing, or does she take an eyewitness as a fact?
probably more of hard evidence.
I wondered. All right.
In my short time with her, yeah.
All right.
She didn't care anything about sketches, just more about the prototype that I already had.
Well, I do not know if this is a way to do it, but my immediate thought is Arthur was brilliant in using Fusor and in finding new ways to use it. While I do not know the workings of it, I do think that it is my goal to continue to find new ways to use it and to further that. And so I don't know if approaching it from that sort of angle as a please tell me more so that we can even bring more information to you and using it as sort of a partnership, but I think I might have to be very persuasive for that to work, which I certainly can try. I don't know.
You're
any
welcome
other
to
influence
attempt
from.
whatever you feel like might work. It's up to you.
Also, just sorry, a little sidetrack of a question. Did you know the Winds at all? The woman who disappeared? Did you know them or just?
Not personally, but I
Okay.
mean, they sent her daughter here, and yes, I know of that. I didn't really get to meet them much, though.
Do you have any I guess have any ideas, I suppose, of why, like, if it was a mishap or a monster or something like that, they would target somebody who's, because essentially Suzanne's husband just passed away, and we think that maybe she was grieving, and the angels in the graveyard saw her and then took her. Have you heard of any like monsters or mishaps or something like that being attracted or drawn to grief or extreme emotion, or is that, have you ever heard of that or no? There's a theory we had, but we're not sure if it's anything.
It's a great theory, Winifred. And theories are always great to have, as a lot of this can be quite perplexing and not make much sense. So it's always good to
Okay.
have theories. There may not even be any sound rules that people can figure out at this point.
Okay. I guess other than that, thank you. Do you
I
guys
just
have
thought of
anything else?
something.
Please.
I just thought of something. You said, Ernest, that she is an expert in Mishaps.
Vari?
That's
Alright.
yes, that's her
She would be
expertise.
probably the most well versed in that knowledge, yes.
We have something very strange that has happened to us, have we not? Why don't we just
Mhm.
tell her that? Is that? I mean, there is proof of that at some level, isn't there?
Well, that was kind of our
With the
plan
weird
of
dress?
action,
That
wasn't
pique her
it?
would that pique her interest?
The experiment, Winnie. When,
Oh.
when we joined
The way we're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
My
imagine.
thing is, unless we can duplicate the ritual or tell her exactly what it was.
Well,
I
maybe
don't
she's
know.
familiar with it.
Does she have an assistant or anything? If we wrote this down, or just something we could
No.
tell them and they could
She
tell
said
her?
she
No.
wrote alone.
Oh, that's right.
She
That's
wrote-
That's why I am wondering if, like, perhaps one of us could go talk to her and try and talk about that. I mean, the proof of it could even be that one of us cast a spell and we know when. I mean,
I can
Sure.
say I have an issue with my gauntlets and see if that gets an in, how it'll work. I think
an
your
option,
fuser
too.
thing is a better in than mine.
yeah, I do not know.
You have talked to her before.
It's like, hey, it's squeaking. Can you take a look at this real quick? Hey, by the way, that's weird, cool mishap stuff if you want to look at it.
I have a feeling she might just expect you to fix it yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting too.
Anything's worth it. I mean, she seems to take pride in her work. Did she do it Did you do it yourself, or did she do it for you?
She pretty much took over.
So,
She's phenomenal.
do you?
Okay.
So, which one would like to do? I think we can try one, and then perhaps the other if it doesn't work. I think we
I do
both are
think-
solid.
I do think the experiment is worth noting because maybe she knows anything about that experiment.
Correct.
Yes.
And if not, we can think of something else to your attention, I guess, but... Okay. I didn't have any other questions. Did you guys? I'm just trying to...
No.
Okay. Thanks for your time, Ernest. We just were trying to get...
Yeah, I had one. Sorry. I was just waiting to the end because it's more personal. Yeah, so I'm looking for get a spell book, and I know like I've already kind of talked about this a little bit. But what kind of schools of magic are kind of like prominent here, kind of like we focus on? Because like I'm trying to find the right one to kind of fit my style, you know, to be fair. I actually really like you have this cool like physical education thing going on with the whole like martial arts. And like I've been trying to find a way to bring like magic, physical stuff together, but like not like blade singing or anything, like actually something cool. So if you know something like that, my brother was into some of that blade singing stuff. So like, I mean, that's not. I mean, I know that's like dorky stuff. So like,
Wait,
if you
your brother
know,
was
like,
a blade singer? So pretty
he
rare.
was trying to be. Yeah. Oh, was it? I mean, it.
Oh, it's very rare. It's hard to find a teacher even.
Really? Well, like,
Yes.
what do you do with it?
What do you do with blade singing?
Dance. Yeah, he just danced. I never really understood it.
Oh, it's
He never even sang.
it's. I think it's more to reference the blade that is singing and the weapon you are wielding, and just the extra effectiveness that you can kind of use with your magic there. I don't know much about it as well either, as it's sort of a. I mean, it's a well-kept secret for a lot of people. I do know of two people, I think, who I've heard practice it. One is potentially even teaching it right now. But, I mean, Stostrom. He was a blade singer.
Fascinating.
As well as there's an individual whose name is Ardril. believe he resides in Hollowtide. He's in fact an air genasi. And
Okay, this isn't a name I haven't heard this yet.
no,
have I?
you've not heard this name.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Air drill. Tristy. I'll put it in the chat so you can...
Yeah, if you could spell that, that'd be great. I'm really bad at spelling names for the first time. I found out this.
I
I
forgot
spelled
the
phonetically,
I forgot
so
the
you
I
can
at the
say
end. There's an I at the end of that name.
Oh, so now we're putting vowels at the end of names. Okay.
Yeah, this will help you out.
Appreciate it. You know,
Yeah,
the
why-
silent ones really get me.
No silent vowels in my name. He's where is he? I'm sorry.
I believe he's in
Hollow.
Hollowtide. So it's a little ways away. But as far as I know, he was a teacher. Maybe still is a teacher.
But I mean, it's rare because it's like seen as like lesser in the academic realm, right? Like
Absolutely not.
it's not as effective.
It's quite effective, actually. And if you like the physical side of things, this may be a perfect
Yeah.
way to go.
Yeah, but like I've tried the whole blade thing. You guys should see. Yeah, I mean, I literally had to like make the blade come back to me because I drop it all the time. Like it's really bad. That's why I'm doing this gauntlet thing.
Darvel,
So,
do you
like,
secretly think it's very cool, but you do not want to admit it?
No, it's really.
What's going on?
No, I mean, you should see this. Is really dorky. You know what I'm saying is, I can't do blade singing because I'm really bad with blades. So I doubt I can do like gauntlet singing or gauntlet
He'll
punching.
put a hand on
It's not
you
really-
and just, Davril, if this is something that does interest you, perhaps meeting with
It's
him.
not.
Perhaps, if you even have questions, it is worthwhile to meet with him and discuss with him if there is possibilities that you can use this.
That's actually. I mean, to be honest, nostalgic factor for my brother. I would actually be curious, but no, I mean more like flashy stuff. Like I want like lightning bolts, explosions.
Oh, right.
You know,
Yes.
want to like turn
Wonderful.
things into other things. So-
Whatever suits you the best, Davril, you pursue what you'd like.
No, I really appreciate the information, though. I mean, I'm sure. Honestly, Sashram is someone I doubt we could get in touch now, but later on, that'd be cool to have an in with him with that. So, I appreciate that. Do you have anyone here, like schools of explosions or something? Schools of lightning. It's
Full of
abjuration,
explosion.
maybe evocations.
School of magic.
There are teachers here. You would need to probably be a student to be in their classes, though.
Yeah. All right. Not people don't really like me here, so we'll see about that.
I don't really knows you here.
You're just assuming that, Davril.
Yeah, we have
Also,
a
you
really
did
good
beat
class.
up the memorial tree earlier, so that does not
That's what I was about to
weigh
say. I
out
haven't
in your
really made it
favor.
past
Yes.
That was being spread around in the teachers' lounge about.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
was
I
doing that.
don't really think I'm a good feel for this. It's a little stuffy here. They're not about like outside the box. That is no offense, Winnie. Just
Oh,
no
Ernest.
offense to you,
No
Ernest.
offense, Ernest. I think you should apologize.
you're different. You're.
We
not
just
that
don't like
you're
destroying
non-academic,
property.
but-
I mean, I
That's what you
literally
mean.
teach outside. So.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I like your stuff, but like Vera, she's gonna. Anyways, thank you.
Don't
Something to
call
think
it Vera
about. I
either. It's
appreciate it.
very. Just so you know.
Yes, Var. Yeah. Do we need to give you some list of names?
Davril, I think you must sit on a bench for 5 minutes
This is
and
really
breathe
weird.
a little bit, and then come back when
Look,
you
it's
feel
been a
little better.
morning. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking blade singing was gonna come up. It's been a really it's a day. Very really.
Vari.
Oh,
Sorry.
So close.
B-A-R-I.
With an I. Yeah.
You can put
that's what
phonetically. I put phonetically how to pronounce them next to it. So I put.
I actually did.
Oh,
Good
that's
idea.
actually really smart. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit down.
But
All right.
thank you, Ernest.
Of
I
course.
appreciate your help, and I'm sorry that, like I said, if we made things this very strange or strained for you. Yeah, I thank you for trying to set the meeting. Appreciate it.
It's not like we were best friends to begin with, anyways. It's totally fine.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. We'll take the information that you gave us, and we will try and, yeah, use it and be productive with it. So thank you.
Of course. Best of luck to all of you. I hope this goes well for you, and whatever you have next, that you find success and everything. I believe in all of you. Keep it up. You're already heroes.
Appreciate your kind words. Ennis.
Thank you.
You are.
Appreciate
And
everything.
your help.
Saved that woman. That's great.
Yeah.
I was glad we did that. Yes.
Me too.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Have a good
I'm
day.
kind of like. And then I guess as we like head out, I'll just ask you guys, like, should we talk to Neil maybe and see I don't know if he knows about dreams and stuff. Maybe we could just ask him some questions.
Yes. I feel as if both are important. Shall we split? Or is that not? My thought is with Vari, I wonder if Davril and I would be the best to talk to her. Or at least try to get an in. We have two separate angles that may interest her.
Mm-hmm. I think that could work.
If
And-
you two wanted to do the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we could, because we just be asking about, Neil about the just about basics and theory and stuff. So I think that wouldn't be. We could just relay that information to you. I don't know if that's absolutely I'll look at Euphemia and be like, I don't think we're saying specifics about our situation, right? We're just going to be getting general information. Or do you want to tell him specifically what's going on?
I'd like to just meet him first and then decide.
Yeah. Okay.
But you were reading a bunch about dreams in your book, so maybe that has fueled some other things we can ask that are more objective.
Yeah. I think that I could. I mean, we could approach it as I've been reading this book and I have some questions and I'm doing some research or something, and then just see where the conversation goes. But I don't think it's a conversation we all need to be there for necessarily. I think if you guys want to, but also, I don't think all of us coming to Vari would be a very productive thing either. I think maybe you guys would be, yeah.
I think it would be more of a, like Davril said, getting your foot in the door and seeing if we could schedule something from trying to entice her in some way.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that then. Do I Mark, do I know where Neil's where his office or whatever would be located?
I mean, probably generally you could search around a
Okay.
little bit there.
Okay, just curious.
Are there like little signs everywhere that are like faculty for blah blah blah? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's different kind of like buildings, and you know where the more religious studies building would be.
Okay,
Okay.
that works.
Should we meet back here? Maybe, I don't know, when we're done talking, so we can just wait for each other in this area.
I think that's wise.
Yes.
Okay. Good luck with Vari. I feel like you guys have a more difficult task.
Thank you. We'll see what happens. We may
Also,
have
if
to
you-
reevaluate some plans if this does not work.
And listen, I guess you always listen carefully to what she talks about, or what even what she says.
Or what isn't
could
said.
Isn't said too. We can maybe come up with things that might, if that doesn't work, we come up with things that might impress her, based off of that. So
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
2 and 2, you're splitting off. Eleanor and Dav
Mhm.
for Vari, and Winnie and Euphemia 2.
Yeah.
That gives like Euphemia a look at one point and being like, almost like, "Are you good?"
I'm just gonna look at you a little confused.
Alright. I'll just head off after Eleanor.
All right.
I was like, why does he keep doing that?
I'll talk to her later.
All right. But you both start heading off your separate directions towards one towards the like workshop of Ari, and the other towards the religious studies building. I think that's a good place to take a break, and we'll pick it up with these conversations after our break, so stick around as we've been extreme levels of mishap potential for a while. Thankfully, Nelson just brought it down a little bit, but it's still an extreme. Just gonna say that it's up real high right now. So
Only a matter of time.
we'll see what happens. So stick around. After the break, we'll get back into this and see where everyone's gonna learn things. Whatever's gonna happen.
Interview time.
You don't know right after raise back up. Okay, see y'all soon. All right, friends, we're back and ready for our second half of our session today. Our mishap level is currently at critical level still. It's been up there for a while, and people keep raising it, which is great. And we'll see what happens. As our party is splitting to go and have conversations with various teachers here, or attempt to at least, we got Winnie and Euphemia heading over to talk to one of the religious studies teachers, and Eleanor and Dav going to try and speak to the artificer teacher, who they have some connection to already, at least Dav does. And we're going to start over, though, with Winnie and Euphemia as you approach the building. Why don't you guys give me a perception or investigation as you look through the building to try to find this person's office as you go.
I'll do perception, and it'll be 15. Okay. Wait, just kidding. Hold on 1 second. Either 15 or... Hello, where's... Oh, 14. Sorry, I can't count. I forgot my perception.
Also 14.
All right, couple 14s.
Yeah.
So funny.
So, takes you a little bit of walking around the building, but it doesn't take you too long to find a door that has the name Neil Weston, professor of religious studies, that's there. The door is open currently.
I'll knock on the door frame and be like, "Hello."
You look
Mr.
inside.
Weston?
There is a man, an older man who's there. He's got a beard and mustache going, whitish gray hair, has a couple round spectacles on his face, dressed in fine clothing, over a book right now, just reading at his desk. He looks up. Hello, can I help you?
Hi, my name is Winifred. I'm a former student, but I'm visiting today. But I just I had some questions about dreams and nightmares, and I was told that you might be able to help me.
All right, and he kind of looks to you, Euphemia, and...
I'm Euphemia. Is now an okay time?
I guess I can take a... You're a former student, you say?
Mm-hmm. I study under Ernest. What's his last name? Ernest.
That's his last name. Just...
Oh,
yes.
Ernest Choppy.
Ernest Punch is his name. Sorry, whatever his last name is. I'm sorry. I can't find it in my notes because I'm
Hearn.
Hearn, okay. I studied under Ernest Hearn before, and he just said, I talked to him this morning, and he just mentioned that I had some questions about a book I've read, and I didn't know if you could help.
He'll fix his glasses, and I have a few moments. You may sit down.
I'll sit down and kind of can I take out my book, my dream book, and just kind of sit on the desk and be like, are you familiar with this book at all? I bought it at the bookstore in Haven's Reach.
He takes a look at it. Yes, I've read that before.
I guess the first question I had was, have you heard of I guess people being plagued by nightmares consistently for a period of time, and not normal nightmares, very vivid and I guess haunting nightmares?
That is definitely a potential to happen.
Is it just a random thing, or is there a religious context to it usually in other cases?
Well, there could be multiple causes that could be resulting in nightmares. There is a nightmare deity. Formerly, it was one known as Calanthros, but he is no longer around. And it has been replaced by an individual known as Zogvest. He's the new ruler of the Nightmare Realm. So he
do
may
these
be
deities
responsible.
Do the deities ever try and communicate with people via nightmares, or is it more just that it's kind of a result of them just being around?
It is possible, perhaps, uncommon. But that is one option. Could be from the Nightmare Realm specifically. It could be a being that is in the Nightmare Realm that could be targeting somebody. There are also perhaps artifacts or creatures that could cause nightmares. Sometimes proximity to certain creatures, places, objects may result in nightmares spreading from them. There are also some spells that can target people with nightmares that could be cast and target an individual.
If what if there's people, like, what if it's sort of an aura of a nightmare where like multiple people have nightmares, or like it's sort of it's like a dark cloud following people around? Would that be, but they have nightmares a lot, and even things like waking nightmares where they're awake and they have like visions of terrible things happening? Have you ever heard of that before?
Do you have a dark cloud following you, Winifred?
No, not me. I just had heard some stories and I didn't know. I'm just sort of trying to see where this all fits in, I guess.
I've been told that I do.
It looks over at you.
Just like speaks up very nervously.
And I'll kind of look and be like, well, yes, I heard stories. They weren't my stories, but...
Who has told you this?
It was a being. He was really small. His name is Ram. He says he can see things.
Who is Ram?
We don't know.
Some kind of person, I think. He basically said that he could see it, and but he didn't know what it was, and he described it like a little cloud, like a rain cloud kind of energy, like a dark energy.
But Euphemia here has been having even waking nightmares and nightmares quite a bit, and it's just been a recurring problem, and we don't know what's causing it.
He turns around in his chair, grabs a book, begins to flip through it. What do you want to do?
What's his vibe? Is he like looking at us like, you weirdos? Or is he like kind of like seeming to believe us and follow what we're saying?
You can roll a insight roll if you'd like.
Miss having proficiency on insight. 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems pretty serious with how he's taking this conversation.
It's good. He's not.
When I said the cloud thing, did his expression look like the same, or did it change at all?
He seems like he may have thought of something, but he doesn't. He's looking through a book right now.
Okay.
Flipping through. It is possible for an individual to be the carrier of a bad omen.
What does that mean exactly?
Perhaps a person is targeted by a powerful creature, or has come in contact with a cursed object, and they in fact themselves are now carrying a dark omen with them.
And is it possible that it could spread to other people?
Or just affect people in the area of the person cursed?
It really depends on the nature of what is causing it, but it is quite possible.
And how would one remedy this, I guess? Get rid of a bad omen, or how would you identify an object that was cursed? Is there any way we could...
You would likely need to destroy the object, or find what is the original cause of the omen upon you, and have it removed.
And I guess would a omen or something like that? Would there be anything about that would stand out, or could it be something very mundane that, like, an interaction or something would happen that seemed very normal? Like, how would we even begin to track that, I guess? Or would it stand out as something very bad or have, like, a bad feeling about it?
They can come from many different places. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Is there perhaps an event that stands out to you as a potential start of this?
Maybe.
Details about that may help.
I'm just gonna kind of glance at Winnie and then, like, glance at him and be like, details, or can I just kind of... Would an overview be enough?
Do you want to have answers to your question, or do you want to have overviews? Because I gave you an overview, and if that's all you're seeking, you may find the door.
I'll just kind of nod at Euphemia, like, kind of whatever you feel comfortable with.
Well, you've given us a lot to think about. I think I need to think about this some more.
Alrighty then. Close this book, puts it away.
Can I
Have a wonderful
I
afternoon, you
note-
two.
can I note the book that he took out? Can I just try to get a like to see the spine of it?
Roll a perception roll.
See, it's in the library. I got a nat 20, so 23.
Alright. You do not see a name on it, but you do see a symbol
Mhm.
on it.
Okay, what's the symbol?
There is a symbol that is sort of a crescent moon with a raven in front of it, or
With
a
a what in
crow,
front of it?
like a crow in front of
Oh.
it, some sort of bird like that. That is the symbol on the book.
Okay. Would I recognize that symbol at all as something I know, or is that?
You can choose to either roll a religion or history check.
I think I'm better at history. Let me see. Religion, nada. History +2. Yeah, I'll do history, please. 11. That's the worst.
Not sure.
Okay. Does he seem kind of ticked off or just very, like, down to business? Does he, like, does he seem like, yep, you're not gonna tell me? Get out.
It's just like, if you're not gonna talk, then I got stuff to do.
Okay.
I'm a busy person.
Okay.
Do you have one question? Do you have books of, like, case studies or anything of people that have been, I guess, treated for something like this?
This is a rather uncommon event. There's not much details about it.
Ah. Alright then.
Is there a time if we decide to come back and have more questions, if we want to go into more detail, if we decide to, is there a time that would be best for you, or should we just come back when we see the door open?
If you would like to discuss more details, you can work on making an appointment.
Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Oh my gosh, what's his name? I just wrote it down.
Neil.
I'm sorry. Neil, but what's his last name? Miss
Weston.
something with
Weston.
Weston. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Weston. We appreciate it. And I'll just kind of give like a little bow and sort of scurry out of the room. It's just gone.
Yeah, I'll follow you very quickly.
We're like,
Getting there.
adults are mad at us.
He's definitely like watching you, Euphemia, as you get up and leave
Oh,
very
boy.
closely.
Yeah.
Oh boy. What does his expression look like? Just done? Or like, can I insight him?
Yeah, really can roll insight.
Okay.
Insight.
Ooh, that is 24.
Hey.
He is looking at you like he's studying you.
Okay.
I'll kind of like as we're leaving, and not after, not like it's after the room down the hall kind of thing. When I know he's not going to hear us, I'll just kind of look at Euphemia and be like, I think he would talk to us again if you wanted, if you felt comfortable sharing more detail. I think he'd definitely be interested in hearing it. If it's uncommon, it may be very, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, huh?
Well, like, I guess once we get to, it's like a more, maybe back at our location or whatever, unless you want to do something before that, I wanted to just ask, like, see if you want to spill. I guess I'll ask, like, do you remember something that might have cursed you, or someone who might have cursed you? Or nothing?
So there's definitely some things I can think of that could be related.
Before the time in the library? Is before that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, a long time ago. But it's one of those things, like, I want to think about it. So, you know, if I'm gonna start to dig into something like that, I kind of feel like I need to be in the right headspace.
Mm-hmm. Did this happen a long time ago, or was this fairly recent? Can you say that?
A long time ago. Mm-hmm.
But it only recently started coming up?
Well, I've had nightmares for a long time.
Do you think maybe it has to do with the ritual we're gonna try and talk to Vari about? Like, do you think that maybe exacerbated the issue, or going to Heaven's Reach, or?
Well, I've never had something like the daytime one before. That was after the ritual. So it's possible that could have made it worse, or maybe it just is a matter of time, or a matter of proximity, like he was saying.
Do you think it'll... I completely understand the hesitancy in wanting to deal with it until you're ready. My only concern is, do you think that it will get worse even if you're not ready?
That's what I
guess
need
if it
to
does.
think about, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. It seemed to be the worst in... Well, I guess in the woods you saw that... I guess wrong. Never mind. I guess there's lots of things that have gone wrong.
Well, and the other thing is, too, Ram also kind of theorized that it might not necessarily be a bad thing. Like, maybe that's just an indicator of something else going on. Like, he even had a theory about it potentially being protective. So there's just a lot of different aspects to consider.
That makes sense.
A lot to digest.
I'd like to try... I tried to get a good look at that book that he took out and see if I can find it in the library or ask about it. Did you... And I'll like... I'm gonna draw the symbol on my notebook and be like, show it to Euphemia and be like, do you recognize this at all? This is a symbol in his book.
Have you ever seen that before, Mark?
You can roll history or history or religion.
History or religion. Okie doke. Dang it! Can I, I'm gonna use my advantage die.
All right.
I actually was gonna be like, I should use my
Silly.
advantage die for that.
This is silly. I'm using my advantage
Do
die.
it.
Okay. 12.
Well, you look at it and it's not really connecting any dots for you.
Okay. I haven't seen that anywhere before that I can remember. But it is a weird symbol. I mean, that looks like kind of like... I don't know, like, do you think it's maybe connected to a deity or something?
Mark, I don't know if you let me do this. I actually thought, I'm like, I should have used my advantage dice when I... Would you allow me to reroll again? Use my set? Nope. Okay,
Nope.
we're done. Cool.
We are way
I'm just
past
making
that
sure.
point, so.
I didn't know if I was like, am I allowed to go back and reroll?
Nope.
Okay. No, I don't recognize it, but I could always, I guess, ask around or see. I don't know.
Would your
I could ask in the library and see if they.
or maybe your
know.
parents?
I could ask them too and see if they know anything about what it means.
Right.
I'd like to look and see what exactly the book he had seemed a little odd, like not one you necessarily. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to find it in the library even, but you find out what that symbol was, or again, if you feel, even if you don't want to share the whole story with him, if you felt like it, we could always find details that maybe you felt comfortable sharing, and see if he could give us even just a little bit more information. But again, I guess that depends on if you. I obviously don't know the situation, so I'm not sure how much you could share without giving too much away. So we could think about it. Do some research, see what we find.
Yeah.
What's Yukima's mood? Question.
Very, I would say visibly like shaken and upset.
Okay.
For sure. Like when he was like, "We'll just share specifics right now," that like shut her down really
okay.
fast. Like
Okay. In that case, if I notice that you're like obviously really upset, I'll just kind of like put a hand on your arm and be like, "We don't have to share anything that you don't want to share, though. If you, I feel like we can't control what Ram does or anything like that, but we can control what we share with people, and so." If you don't want to share anything, we can just do research on our own, or I can just even, or we can drop it and just see what comes to us naturally. We don't have to do anything though, if you don't want to.
Thanks. I do think there's maybe a chance he could help some more, so I don't want to close that door.
He didn't have very good bedside manner, but he didn't have very good empathy. I don't know. He was being pretty harsh, so I understand why you don't want to share with him. He doesn't seem like a good person to share with necessarily. And I'd never met him. I don't know if he's a necessarily trustworthy person either, but I feel like he does have information. But again, if we don't, information at the cost of what, I don't know. So I think it may be good if we pull back a little bit and decide what we want to do, or what you want to do.
I think there's a lot of other things I want to consider before I just go in and start a whole process or something with him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's certainly worth considering since he seemed to know more than he was letting on.
I agree. I think he was only going to give us information if we gave information, but also I don't know. Again, I don't know if he's trustworthy or not, or if he's a person that we want to loop into this whole thing necessarily.
Yeah, who knows?
Are we, Mark, is there like a cafeteria or like anything like where there's like food or drink around, or no?
I mean, there's food back at your house or your parents' house. If you
At the
want
school? I don't know.
Like if you want school food, I mean, there's a common ground area. Yeah, there's like a commons area.
I feel like I would like if we're waiting in like the area that we're back, we're waiting for Dav and Eleonora. I'll just be like, I'll be right back, and I'll go run and just get some little snacks and like tea and stuff like that, just so we can like relax after the kind of rough time. Yeah, just do some stuff to make it like a little bit less stressful.
Okay. So for both of you, just like a silver piece is pretty basic stuff.
Perfect.
Even if it's kind of grody snacks, like school snacks, it's better than nothing.
Cafeteria food.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask Winnie about like I think by the time Winnie comes back, I've kind of gathered myself a little bit, so I would like to change the conversation to asking her about like growing up in the school and like how long she's been there and all that stuff. Just like chit-chatty kind of.
It's time for small talk now.
It's time.
I'm not good at it, but I'm gonna go there.
Hopefully it's more comfortable if we're kind of just like chilling. So, are we RPing that, or are we just like gonna have that be like the?
We
thing
don't
do
have
off
to.
time? It's up to you. I don't care. I just don't know if that was what.
Unless you have something to share that you wanted to share.
Not particularly. Probably just telling you about like cool stuff and things I like, things I dislike.
That's perfect.
Yeah, you guys just spend some of the rest of the morning, early morning, talking there. Well, the other two head over to the workshop of Vari, and the door's closed when you arrive there, and you hear some sounds inside of things moving around, various mechanical sounds.
I think before like we'd get close to the workshop, I would just like turn to Dev and be like, all right, how do we want to construct this?
I mean, you just want to go straight in with your thing? Or just definitely see through Squeaky Gauntlet.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do you want to do that, or do you want to try and throw some names around and see if that does anything? Names and
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, that works too. Hey, do you remember? I was trying to jog my memory. Who was the guy that actually did the ritual on us? Do you remember?
He was one of the members, the leaders of the Monster Hunters Guild. I don't remember what his name was.
I feel like that's kind of important for us
Calvin
to
was the
remember.
one that helped us, but it wasn't Calvin that did that.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember the guy's name in case she might have be aware of them. Was it Fred?
Yes.
Yep.
Sounds a little
Fred, Border, Lexi. It was Fred, right? It was Fred Morgan.
Potentially. It sounds familiar.
Does that sound familiar, Mark?
It would be a familiar sounding name, yes.
Or we can go with that.
Yes. All right.
yeah.
Yes.
Hey, by the way,
yes.
there's a candy. Found it in Winnie's room. Just for confidence.
Oh, I'm not going to take Winnie's thing. Oh dear. I'll give this back to her later, and I put it.
She offers it all the time. She's fine.
So quickly,
There's food
Davril.
off.
It seems that you and her are in similar veins of working together. So that is a plus. One thing I would advise: do not do, no matter what. Do not brag about yourself. Do not make yourself seem like you are better than you really are. And do not make excuses for us being late. No excuses. There will be no excuses today at all. There will be no explanation. We will just say, we are sorry. We have no excuse for wasting your time. All
I
right?
don't think I really do that, but I mean, like usually it's other things happening when that happens when I do it. So, but yeah, I mean, you take
I
the
am
lead,
just
we
saying.
go for it.
At
If
this
this makes you feel any
point,
better, I would tell anyone else.
there's like
Okay.
that camera pan over, and Vari's just standing with the door open, just staring at both of you.
I thought this was on the walk up. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of supposed to be on the walk up, like when we were kind of distant away, but
Oh.
Sorry. Hey. Good morning, ma'am. Eleanor had something to ask of you.
what is she doing?
Just is looking at
Yep.
you. She's got like her goggles up on her head, like the really light blonde hair, her blue eyes, just looking at you.
Since we were
What do you want?
disrespectful and missing our appointment time yesterday.
Yes, Vi, first we wanted to apologize.
No
for missing.
excuses.
No excuses.
I got that.
No excuses. Didn't expect that. Vari, I am Eleanor Edving. This is Davril.
She already knows me.
Ursa. Yes. Oh yes, you have met. We were hoping to take a moment of your time.
Start with the
One,
family
because-
company thing.
What? Yes, you work with my family's fuse work. But Also, I don't know if you've heard of Arthur Morriso.
I'm not aware of that person.
He worked with Fusor in much the way you do. So, I think it's brilliant the way that you have constructed everything here. What we wanted to approach you about is we have a strange mishap affliction that is rather unique. And that no one else I have heard has had it. I do not know if you would be willing to discuss it, but it seems the four of us that are together are connected through a mishap. And mishaps happen more regularly than anything I've heard of.
Roll a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Have an advantage dice.
I know. Do I have to take the roll for advantage dice, or I'm actually rolling at advantage if I use the advantage dice?
It's a re-roll. It's not an advantage. It's technically a re-roll, so you take the new roll if you use it.
Okay, I rolled pretty high. This is about as high as I could get. So, or not as high as I can get, but it's.
What's the wording say in the description for this? I'll go to that actually.
Yeah, let's be fair.
If you guys click on the actual thing, what does it say? Does it say advantage die or does
Advantage. It says advantage.
Okay.
I thought it's always been advantage.
I'll give you advantage
dice,
then.
but-
So you can roll again.
Okay.
You can take the higher of the two.
I'll use it. I'll use it because I would like to go higher if I can, but.
All right.
Yeah, 24.
24. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Hustle in.
Yeah, so when we first decided to try out for Monster Hunters, there was a group. The head of it, a human named Fred Morgan, I believe, it could have been Dragonborn, doesn't matter, did a ritual to check to see if we had some sort of qualities they were not looking for. And during this ritual, something mishapped or broke, or there's something within us that identified it. And we saw like colored lights.
All into our bodies.
And
Yes.
since then, we can actually tell the connection between the four of us when mishaps are more or less likely and when they go off. And even we've heard you've had protections here against mishaps, we can still trigger them to go off. We'd be more than happy to try and prove it to you if you want.
We can feel when mishaps go off across
By all means,
the
prove it.
city.
Cool. It'll do detect magic.
All right. So you cast your spell.
Kind of like a glimmer goes over his eyes.
You guys are already still at the extreme level.
And we can probably feel that it's like,
Oh, yeah.
like tingling anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Actually, with the
mishap.
artificer, he'll have a monocle that he'll use and it'll like activate so that the monocle shimmer is not his own because he's an artificer. Sorry. Later. Gotta keep my magics different.
All right. So mishap does happen. Let me roll for that.
Hey, you can feel it, yeah? Something's happening. Be ready.
I did. Everyone get ready!
I feel like one of those
Alright.
that we can't tell what's going on.
All of you start to feel this like tingling on your skin, and she's like standing there like working on something, and you just feel like your skin tingling, and all of a sudden like her hand slips a little bit, and just like this big cut happens on her hand. She's,
Oh, don't know what that was. Cure
shakes
wounds.
it off. Okay, another spell.
Yes.
Sorry. Takes out his potion. He's like smearing this like grease mixture and then lightening it just enough to start curing it.
Nothing happens with that one.
Okay. I don't think anything went off on that one. Your protection's really helpful. Are you okay? Sorry. You good?
Yes, I'm fine.
Awesome.
Yes, this sort of thing happens all the time, from cantrips to any sort of spell. I turned to stone one morning.
Blue or
During
pink?
battles, there's at least 6 or 7 or more.
She's like moving, and she hears like, it's like of them moving, like the power, like this like inner armor as she's moving around a little bit. And why do I feel all tingly? Is this you?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't know what it is. Sometimes we don't know. It just feels different. We had a friend that had to rhyme for like an hour. It was
Or she would get wounded.
weird. He was about to say great and then doesn't know. Very weird reaction. It's like it was a thing.
Before he cast that spell, I could feel the mishap happen on the back of my neck. You can feel when you're more likely to have one or not. It's like a pressure that builds. The more spells that are cast, the more... Well, sometimes it just happens for no reason. The pressure just builds no matter what. Sometimes it is lowered. It seems chaotic.
So you are all living mishap meters.
Essentially.
Barometer, yeah, I guess that's a good way of doing it.
It's been weeks now. It has not faded.
But we don't know if it's because they found a marker identifier within us or if the ritual caused it. We heard you were really good knowledge about this. She is
What ritual?
ends with Boozer.
I do not know what it was called, but perhaps you would know it by... They used a stone, they crushed it up.
Took our blood.
Took our blood, mixed it, and that was supposed to tell what genetic markers or something, like... and different things about us.
And surprisingly, some of us passed, I think, passed most of their tests and still were not selected. So I think this had to do something. They were afraid of magic or more mishaps happening.
When did this event happen?
So it's 3 weeks ago now?
Who did
It was
this
3
to?
weeks or a month, I think.
Who did this to you?
I believe it was Fred Morgan and
In
his
Heaven's Reach.
monster hunting crew. Yes.
It was for a trial. A tryout.
And they didn't say anything about it?
They just said occasionally a mishap will happen because it is a high-level spell, they said. But
Then one of
they...
them, Calvin, wanted to then help us and send us to our benefactor, who's put us together.
Yes. But in light of the actual mishap, they did not seem to be... It seemed like it was rare, but not unheard of.
Well, this ritual is unfamiliar to me. It sounds like an expanded magic spell from more commonly used ones. Most likely somebody came up with it and is practicing their own created spells or within a circle of people.
Okay.
What are your theories on the source? Like a detect magic, identify?
For what?
What would you think? Well, you said this is expanded magic based on some sort of source. What kind of theory do you have based on it? I've never heard of anything with blood used.
There's a lot of different spells that can use blood.
What are your theories on the base ones that it could be based on? Do you have any theories?
I mean, it sounds like there may be some divination involved.
Yes. So...
You likely would need to speak with the individuals who created the spell to learn more. Or if there were more
apparently
components
this is-
besides the blood.
Yes.
I think there's some
But
sort of-
as far as I know, mishaps are random no matter what. So I think, does the spell matter so much? As opposed to it would just be random of what happened to us? Or do you think it would be connected?
The mishaps are typically random. They do seem to happen occasionally. I am working on a development of potentially a way to track them down and control them, but so far they all seem pretty elusive and unpredictable.
Right?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was theorizing. We just defeated those angel statues, but there's like no way to find like echoes of them. So yeah, it's finding a way to track them down. I think is the right way to go. It's interesting.
You do think it can be controlled?
I believe most things can be controlled with enough work.
Especially if you have a way to track it down or detect it. Yeah. It's smart.
Has Fusor been helpful to you in that sense?
Fusor is a very good source to contain sort of the ability to draw in this energy from around the area and contain it itself.
Oh, so you're containing the mishap energy in the Fusor.
Yes.
Fascinating. What made you think of that?
Just was experimenting around.
Are you
We
worried
found
that something will break out? Like the energy will break out?
It hopefully will not do that. I guess there's always that potential. But
Are you working on trying to weaponize it or just contain it?
how would I want to create a weapon out of it?
That's smart. Some people would. Be careful with your protections.
This is why I work alone.
Which we understand and we know your time is valuable. So the last thing we wanted to put forward is that because we do have a more accessible way to these mishaps as well as connections to Fusor, if you were ever interested in wanting more materials or access to us for experimentation, we want to be able to put ourselves as an asset to you in possible return for any questions we might have along the ways for these mishaps. But we want to make sure we can offer
Because if
some
we-
sort of value to you.
Yes, I mean, we have been cataloging every mishap that has occurred. If you would like a list of that, I can make you a copy. If you would find that, all right, you already have one, you can keep that.
I make multiples.
He's just in his room before bedtime. But this is something that greatly affects our lives now and our occupation. So, as you can understand, learning how to control it for ourselves would be of a very great interest and would be motivation to help you in what you need.
Are you seeking to keep this, or do you want to remove it?
I suppose it depends on if it can be controlled or not. Sometimes it can be very helpful.
So keep it and control it, or remove it?
Long term, remove it. But if you have a way to contain it, would you have a way to minuscule that to a personal device?
To carry around yourself?
Yes, maybe something that could prevent a mishap on a smaller occasion once in a while.
It would require a great amount of power to fuel that. Potentially more than an individual would be able to carry themselves, but I can see what I can do.
It's a good idea.
Interesting.
It may only last a short amount of time.
Do you think it would
What
be
kind of-
easier to... Sorry.
Fine.
Do you think it would be easier to remove it or to control it? I guess that's really the question you should be asking.
Both pose challenges.
Well, in that question, then, obviously you realize that sometimes the chaos is good and bad. Have you found a way to maybe push it one way or the other? Like, instead of containing, help alleviate it more towards a good effect size versus a negative?
Unfortunately, with
yeah.
how the dean and the professors want things around here, experimenting on controlling it is not nearly as available for me at this point, because I have to negate most of the mishap potential around here. So
I see.
that has been the primary study that I've been doing.
Well, you have now access to 4 people, or at least one, who's willing to serve as an experimentation for you if you need to experiment outside of the school grounds.
We'll
We
see.
are either thinking about heading up a headquarters here or in Yellowfields. If you wish to have a secondary satellite site to do experimentation on, that could serve as a relationship there. It's something I know we would be benefacted as well from. So
And also,
Perhaps-
Vari, it just depends on what you are wanting to do and
Right.
pursue in your studies. If this is something that does not interest you, we do not
We
want to
would
bother
be.
you. But we're more just trying to see if some sort of alliance could be forged and a helpful relationship between the both of us. Our party and yours.
trying to make it worth your while.
I'll think about it. Perhaps. Make another mishap happen.
Hey. Sure. Cool.
We may have to work together on it. It's a little on a lower side. We might need to have a build up. I'll
she
help
have,
you.
Does she have like a
It's high right now.
device?
Oh, it's high? It looks medium.
Yeah, I had to change it. Is that the wrong number? It's high right now.
Oh, okay.
Does she have like a punching thing?
Does she? Like a punching bag?
Yeah. Yeah, like does she have like a dummy somewhere that she uses for her like experiments?
Yeah, there's various
Weapons
like mannequins and things that are like have different devices on them.
You want me to save you magic energy? I mean, I can try it, or do you want to do something?
I can do one. That's all right. I'll do Unseen Servant.
First level?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm out of first levels already. I had to chase down a rat this morning.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Do I feel
go
it
ahead.
building?
You do feel a building, but nothing happens.
Okay.
I'll go over and Thunder Punch with Booming Blade a dummy. Show off the device that she made.
Feel it rise once more. Again, does not go off.
I will just do.
She's like looking less and less impressed with you all at this point.
Eleanor, hit me! Hit me with something. I'm good. I can take it.
I'll just do. Let me see. I'll just do mage armor on myself anyway.
Okay.
So.
That second level or that first level still? That
That's
upcast? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is a mishap this time.
Oh, feel it coming. There you go. There's in the back of the neck.
All right. Let's
We're, like,
see what this
updating
one
it.
is.
Meanwhile, at their little picnic, Winnie and
Yeah, you're just feeling this like up and down.
feeling this.
Uh-huh.
Like,
While
I think
we're-
that's a
What
good
is
sign.
happening? Are they in a fight?
Are they okay? Should we go?
Okay. You just kind of feel this like energy surround all of you.
I know what it is.
No,
Do you feel that?
I do. What is it?
I do not know. This is all very randomized.
I'll try and punch again to see if it like activates or changes based on anything. Oh,
Okay.
action.
You just punch it, or are you doing another spell?
I'm gonna do Booming Blade for fun. Yeah.
Okay.
See if it reacts with the energy. So we do a lot of experiments too.
Yes.
I kind
clearly.
of will tell her as he's like punching. I'll be like, "Your field does work
Okay.
fairly well."
As
To
it
be
should.
fair, if we were, yes. So in a way, it's proof that it is effective. When we were fighting the stone statues yesterday, what did we have, Davro? Like 9 mishaps or something?
That is a lot.
Within like a 1 minute period, if that.
Yeah. So the
That
fact
is
that
quite
it's
a
happened
lot.
so many times in here is quite impressive to your work. As well as this. This is great work. No squeaks or anything.
Yes. As it should be. Well, I mean, I sense something is happening, but it does not seem like anything major is going on.
Sometimes it's hard to identify the source without doing more experiments, but
Sometimes it is harmless but strange. Sometimes it is very negative.
negligible.
And sometimes it is good.
Okay.
And yes, like Davro said, there are a few times that we just don't even know what it is.
So what do you want from me exactly?
We just wanted to put the foot in the door and let you see what we had to offer, and if you're interested, you are. If not,
So you want to be my guinea
We-
pigs. That is what you're saying.
We would like to find a way to control this somehow. And not be such a victim to it.
and yes, if that helps you get more information, I would be more than happy to be a guinea pig in pursuit of that knowledge and control.
And
We
how
have
long are
good
you in town
intentions.
for?
As long as we need to be.
I mean, we're eventually planning on heading to Yellowfield, but we were planning on coming back. So I don't know what your plans are or what you're thinking.
I think we'd stay up to
We
a
can
week if
adjust
needed.
as necessary. Yes.
But yes, there we go.
How about first, we can work on a personal device that can be worn and potentially be like a mobile, one of those devices I have around the school. It may not work perfectly, but it may help lower the chance of something happening for a temporary amount of time.
That'd be fascinating.
That could save our lives, truly.
But beyond that, I will be in contact with you. Where can I find you? I may want
We are
to
staying.
do studies outside of the school grounds.
Yes, of course. We are staying at. I always forget their last name too. What is it?
Allures.
Just hello.
Hello. We're staying at the
Hello.
Halore's place.
Alright. Well, I will know where to find you.
Also, again, we might be out doing monster hunting stuff, so we will try and check in as often as we can. But if we do happen to miss a last-minute morning message, that is unintentional.
Alright.
Var, do you mind if I ask you one question before we leave?
What is your question?
How have you found Fusor in your experiments? Have you found it? Has there been anything strange about it, or has it worked well for you?
It works great. It is a very versatile object to be using.
No recent changes to it.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
All right. Good. Well, I'm glad it is to your satisfaction then.
Oh yeah. I also had one last question. Do you find blade singing dorky or like really cool and rare?
Yeah, well.
Your take on it.
Do you seriously care about it being dorky? What?
I'm just kind of. So I started that off. What's your take on blade singing? I was a little biased. I gave you a biased question on that one. I apologize.
Why does my opinion matter to you on this?
Because you're really good without everything else that I work with. So if here's a better take. Do you think you could incorporate blade singing into your kind of work?
Don't see why not.
You would find it effective?
It seems to be a very effective means of combat.
Well. No more excuses. I was wrong. All right, thanks. My brother
Sorry,
had
we
it. I always thought he was a bit of a dork with it, so I apologize.
Sometimes the dorks are the most powerful people you'll ever meet.
Vari, I
That
could
is-
not agree more.
That is deep. I like that, actually. Good. Well, I think we've wasted enough of your time.
Yes.
Do you name your bear?
Howl.
Should we name
No,
it?
Get the door.
Davril, no, your time. It is time to go.
She actually
feel
says,
like
she actually says
take
howl
Davril's
the
shoulder.
door, and like the bear gets up and opens the door for you.
Why? No, that's what I didn't want to be rude. Like he's starting to walk out. Like, do we call you something, or is it just like
The bear's name is Howl.
Owl? See, thank
Howl.
you, Mr. Howell.
Yes.
Very much, thank you. Have a great day. Howl's so cool.
Thank you, Vari. Holy.
And she just like gets back to work.
See,
This
I
time
wanna
we
be
make
rude.
No, you're right. You're right.
We make a good team.
That's why we send David as a handler.
High five like misses. It's just
I'll wait till we're a fair amount of distance away, and I'll be like, "No, truly, good work. That was
really
good.
well. Yeah,
Yes, much better than I thought.
yeah.
Yes. So you seem to understand what she's saying well on track.
Yeah, no, I learned a
Yeah.
lot from her last time when she helped. It was
Yes.
very succinct. Give her facts. Don't fluff.
Very to the point.
You're starting to fluff
Yes.
just a little bit, but you're doing good. So I was just trying to rein it back in. And then I was
Yes.
making I went off beat, so you reined me.
Yes, you
So
did.
It was a good
yes.
team. Very good. We got all the answers we wanted. It was really helpful.
Yes, we did. She's containing the mishap in the fusor. That is fascinating.
That's terrifying. He says it with a smile.
Yes.
Uh,
All right. Wow.
I wonder if the dean's aware of that.
I'm sure he would be. She says it so openly to strangers. Why would she admit to us what she would not admit to the person that's at the college?
Well, people like the Halors are, don't want to hear certain things. So I just wonder if the dean and them are the same. All I'm saying, something like that, containing something so chaotic, could turn into a very, very bad mishap if uncontained, or could turn into something extremely valuable in the wrong hands. The fact that I'm thinking like that is bad. So, someone worse than me is thinking even worse if they're aware of all that.
All valid points. I would wonder if the dean, and if the dean is along the lines of the rest of the college, where they do not want, they want normalcy. Sometimes people are able to take far greater risks for normalcy. So perhaps he does know, but it's more normal, so it'll work.
Yeah. I'm all about taking risks, but just not in a school of innocent people.
Right, of course, I agree with you. But Var seemed confident it would work. I'm not sure. Before the shadow fusor was very stable, but now it's hard to tell.
Well, it's a good first step. Hopefully, relationship will reveal further insight and benefits for us as well.
Yes. Good. Well, do we want to meet up with the others? Did you get your spell book first?
Spellbook, yes. And also, I saw a sign somewhere for the evocation hall. If I could just pop, I just want to see someone cast something. So cool.
Sure, if you would like.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Like, we don't need RP. He just wants to stop by.
He's like- he's just like-
I mean, there's
He's like,
definitely like tests, like shooting ranges, basically, where there are people like shooting spells at test dummies that you can spot as you go. So there are a few places you can see like firebolts going off and.
Nice, good form. Good form. Yeah, I see you're using the second technique. That's awesome. Great. It's like writing down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. That's what I want to be doing. That's
You want to do that?
yeah. It's fun.
Would definitely make things interesting.
Right?
With fighting,
Right? You
yes.
could like take out a statue right away or something like that,
True.
Yeah. I've even heard you can cast that on someone's head. And there's like one like there's a certain school that you can like focus around it so it doesn't hurt them. I mean, catch fireball in my
yes.
head if you want, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's just something to think about, But apparently blade singing is actually kind of cool, so put it back on the list.
Put it on the list, yes.
Bottom.
If you end up liking it,
yeah, we'll see.
maybe a good way to honor your brother if that's something you want to do.
I mean, it is what it is. So spell books. Let's find the store.
Okay. So you search
I like him
around.
following Davril around like a kid. Like he's just like,
Oh, look at that! It's the
Like-
trophies for perfect fireball. That's great.
There's like a little store that's on the edge of the campus there that has some of the basic supplies that maybe someone would need at the school, including the spell books. So you can buy one there for 50 gold pieces if you'd like.
Perfect.
It is a blank
gonna
spell
go
book,
with
but
these
it's
books.
50 gold pieces.
Awesome. Yep, I'll do that.
All right. So you
And then he
purchase your-
said I have to choose it, or it comes with enough supplies to inscript like the first 4 spells. Is that what it is?
right
You
now
were
it's
saying
blank.
earlier it came with certain ones.
Yeah, this one's blank. So
So is it less than 50?
nope, it's 50.
Oh, lame. Okay.
oh, I thought you said last week it comes with
I'll
I'll
spells.
say as a
We have,
DM,
like, two.
don't worry about it, but it's 50 gold pieces.
Gotcha. That's fine. No worries.
Okay.
I was just kind of curious, what the difference was. Oh yeah, he's cool because like like I said, he's starting to like put the theorize of like some of those what he would be doing at first level is like tattoos on himself.
Mhm.
Would be inscription stuff. But yeah. It just like rings the bell, like nonstop until someone. Or is it like do you think it's like an honor system to just leave the goal?
Yeah, there's definitely someone there who will take your money.
Alright, yeah, no, I want that. I'm really excited. It's my first spell book, so you know, it's a big day. So yeah, I got 50 gold. I just want that one.
Good luck at the school. Hope it goes well for you.
Definitely. Thank you. Actually, yeah. Yep.
Can I also buy supplies so that I can inscribe a spell in my spell book?
You may.
Look at you.
So yeah, you can
I'd
buy
say that'd be
enough
50 units.
ink for that, whatever. So yeah.
Okay. When I finish it, I'll subtract. Like when I actually put it in
Yeah.
my spell book, I'll
That's fine.
subtract the whole thing. But yeah, I just like buy the supplies for it.
Cool.
Is it just do you pull out your spell book?
No.
What does your spell book look like?
You want to see what my spell book looks like?
Yeah, I mean this is like nice, like little pleather black with little gold lacing on it. But like, what does yours look like? Where'd you get it from?
Oh, I mean, I could show you.
Yeah, is it like custom made or?
Yes, actually. And I will pull out a book, and it is like a leather-bound black book. Has like a red handprint on it.
Ooh. Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Is that custom put the handprint, or is that just like shows?
Yes, I thought
originally
it's a
got it?
rather nice touch, you know.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah,
Thank you.
We'll have to do some study time together during scripting. Anything I noticed about it doesn't look any
Yes.
different. I mean, I figured it looked just a normal spellbook to me.
Yeah. Looks just like she described it.
Yeah, cool. No, I just want to make sure, like, just based off first sight, nothing's making him like.
It's not like oozing.
wanna
No.
Yeah, look more into it.
It's made of human skin. No, it's no, it's just a spell book.
Cool.
Especially like with Warlock, it's like you automatically think there's probably like a weird creep factor to it. You know, it's like, is it like smoking? Is it?
I don't know. I just
like-
don't know if there's a symbol he recognizes on it or just anything that might be like, oh, that's interesting. Cool. Nice. Looks well
Thank
worn.
you. Yes.
Yeah. You haven't really taught me anything, so you know we'll have to sit down and see if you can teach me some of your tricks.
Yes, if you like. You are planning on doing. Oh, so you have a spell book now. So are you trying to find a teacher?
Yeah.
What's your
yeah.
next? What's your next step?
Well, I mean, if I can apply here, sure. If they'll let me, like a part-time role, I don't know. Just to even get started, but I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, I got the theory. I've been practicing all my life, reading up the theory. I should be able to get kickstarted on my own, right? You know, I just try and get going at it. But from there, trying to find like the right mentor. You know, it's kind of finding like the right shoe. You know, it's
I
gotta
see what you're
fit.
saying.
Yeah.
So
you know.
self-taught until you find something that's
Right,
a
like I keep on
direction.
asking who the vocation teacher is, but like I don't know, I'm having a hard time, you know, finding a name. So I might talk to them, maybe see if that's a good start. But this place feels a little stiff for me. I like to be out
Yes.
there with it. So
Yes, maybe you'll find a good fit as we move forward.
yeah.
Something, or a person. You know, maybe they're not with an association.
I mean, like this Hollow Tide person or Northport, maybe. You know, maybe
Yes.
so many yellow fields we'll find.
Yes.
I just gotta go with the flow, you know. Just feel it out.
Yes. Well, congratulations on your first spellbook. That is very exciting.
Well, you know, he's beaming.
Shall we go meet with the other stuff?
I
Sorry.
want to take a picture, you know, like when parents are like, "Oh, first day of school," you know. Actually, you know what? He takes off his little light thing and like holds it out. He's like, "Here, just hold it, hold it. All right."
Okay.
He puts that on like a taps it and like does like a little like 5-second thing and then takes a picture of the spellbook. like imprinted on the
How
coin.
are you doing that? You always say you do that. I don't even get what you're doing.
I have the
What is that?
infused magical tinkering.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's
What does
pretty
it do,
minor,
though?
but it's like a
Super
little
minor,
cantrip
yeah.
basically of you could make like
A
a
static visual effect appears on one of the object surfaces.
Yep.
Can
Oh,
be-
it's on a surface.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's making like a very rough picture on like this small little coin.
it's
That's what he's
Okay.
it's
making
limited
to
number
radiate,
though,
like-
so if he does more,
Yep.
the old ones go
It
away.
like
so-
erases it eventually. Okay, that's really
Yep.
funny.
Because what this used to be was the thing that he wears as a necklace and gives him 5-foot light if he ever needs it.
Oh,
But the
okay.
same thing he can like turn into something else. So.
Okay, gotcha. Well, there you
It's
go.
like a-
Look, you look wonderful. Even though it's
Yeah,
like
no.
blurry.
This is good. It's good. Yeah. See, what I use this to like copy pages if I need to like go really quick.
Oh, yes. It's very
It's like
smart.
25 words. It's not much, but usually a spell
Something.
word or something. Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Well, you can show the others your new spell book.
Yeah. Cool.
Shut up.
All right.
Go out. Meet
you
up
guys
with the
trying to
others.
find a meetup? Okay. So a little bit of time later, you guys just hanging out chatting at the commons
Mhm.
area. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Can I say I imagine Dav walking like this? Like you know how in the animes when they strut and they get like really
Yeah.
excited? I feel like.
Dav would 100% walking up because like he already has like the holster to hold books, like the whole thing. And he's doing the thing where he's just like acting nonchalant and then probably just like standing there to open it up a little bit and just
Yeah.
you
See,
know.
wait for someone to mention it.
Oh,
you guys back
wow,
now?
what's
Back?
that?
I was saying, like,
Yeah,
are we back?
That was y'all's conversation. I was like, oh. You guys find anything?
Oh, hi. Yeah. I mean, well, kind of. How did your guys go?
Couldn't have gone better.
It did
Really?
very well.
She talked to you.
What happened?
You wanna? Yeah, okay, I'll go for it. She's a little distracted, I guess. Yeah, no, I mean, we got talking to her, just put her foot in the door, you know, just kind of talked to her and told her our usage, potentially a relationship that, you know, if we study, you know, the mishaps and tell her about, you know, our usage for her. And then she told us a lot of cool things about how she's like containing the mishaps in the
In
Oh.
the fusel. In
yeah.
it.
How is she doing that?
Well, she's gonna make us a device to do it, so maybe we can learn how to do that.
So it'd be like
Wow.
carrying a device from the school with us.
That
Oh,
could,
really?
like,
She actually
protect us?
talked to you.
That's what
Oh.
I'm saying.
Wow,
We,
I-
we,
I
just, we apologized. We offered no excuses,
Mhm.
and she was interested in the mishaps. We were able to set off a few to show her.
Oh,
so.
yeah, we showed off a couple. So
Yeah.
if you felt the thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Oh, that
we
happened
did.
a lot.
yeah, I'm done for the day. Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Okay.
Oh.
I know. This is when Mark strikes.
Every single time.
Yes. So that and then Davril really wants to show you something. He made.
Oh,
Me?
yeah. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
What?
found some candy in your room. So
You found a lot of things in my room that I weren't really just out, but okay, that's fine.
And you know that's a really old candy too, because
Yeah.
I
yeah, it's a
Okay.
little stale.
I take it out of my pocket and be like, he gave this to me, and I just like set it next
Oh,
to you.
I mean, you could
Giving
you can
people
have it.
other people's candy?
See, I told you she'd be fine with it. She's offering her candy all the
Well,
time.
no, I mean, it's just really, really old. I don't know where you probably found. I think this was in a drawer in my room. I feel like you've been looking around in my stuff, but
Had it.
okay, whatever.
It was a rough morning. Yeah, might
Well,
have.
that is very
Okay.
rude to look in someone's possessions. That's very rude.
I don't really have
when
anything
you
to
offer
hide,
them to
but-
sleep in their room, they got nothing to hide, or you'd be not letting them sleep in their room.
She's letting you use her bed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fine. I just maybe don't go look through my drawers and stuff. I don't care if you like look around.
Are
and
you
stuff out,
offended?
but maybe
Or
just
did
don't.
I do something wrong?
I mean, it's not like polite to look through people's. I don't
Are
really
you
have
not
anything to
happy
hide.
with the tuxedo that I made?
I mean, it's fine. I guess I was happy with it. It's just also I think
So you're happy with the outcome. You have more candy. You have a tuxedo. If I crossed any lines, I apologize. I know better now.
Okay.
And you're welcome.
Hey. Okay.
And you're sorry.
Oh, and I bought a spell book.
Oh, okay, wow. Can I
Feels good. Feels right. Feels right.
did you not
Look
have
at
one
this. And
before?
it just like shows them all the blank pages, like just unlimited potential, you know? No, I never had an actual arcane spell book. I was close to getting to that point, but the attack happened before I could graduate beyond to that sort of stuff. It was more theory and academic research than
Okay.
execution.
God, well congrats. And also, I mean, I think this went really well. I mean, in terms of talking to Vari, I didn't know she'd even speak to us, so this is good. And she's offering to help us potentially? That's great.
She seemed intrigued. I think the potential of what could be done and an unknown was
I
enough
see.
to at least have her try something out. I think we still have to be very careful with how we.
I
talk about
She's
agree.
also really good to hearing. She heard us like halfway down the hallway and was like ready. I think we probably talked too loud outside her door a couple times.
Yes, but we're going over some coaching.
Okay.
But how did yours go? Did you find anything out?
Kind of. Have you we talked with him. He wasn't very forthcoming with information unless we were willing to give more information, and Euphemia didn't know she felt comfortable sharing with him yet because I think it's sensitive in nature. But do you recognize this? And I'll hold the symbol and show it to Dav and Eleonora. Do you recognize the symbol at all?
Do you want us to roll for it, or?
Sure. History or religion.
Can I do that check
Probably.
on both that symbol and the red hand now that he's thinking about it? Or is that two separate rolls?
That'd be two separate rolls.
Okay.
That's fun.
Which one do you want me to start with?
Which one do you want to start with?
I'll start with this one.
Which the
The crescent
book
moon
one.
thing.
symbol?
You said religion?
History or religion?
Or-
Or history. I got a 19, by the way, or 20.
Okay.
Ooh,
Whoa.
You don't know what that is?
dang it. What'd you get?
Is yours lower?
Yeah. It was an 18.
Yeah, you don't know what it is?
I'm curious about the red hand right now.
Do you want to roll for it
Okay.
or no? Are you rolling for it now? Okay.
Red hand roll.
Go for it.
I'm using my advantage die.
All right.
23.
23.
That's a high roll.
18.
You also don't know this.
Oh my god. I think.
Wow.
Wait, what right hand? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Right hand? What was that again?
Okay.
It was
Her
on
spell
my
book.
spell book.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if we, I mean, this is the book. He he essentially said that it could be something of like an omen that was like put on Euphemia, or like an object, like a cursed object or something, or a cursed person. I guess I don't know. It could be anything, but
He gave us a lot of generalizations. There's a lot of different like potential causes.
But he looked from the book that had this symbol on it, so I was gonna see if we could, if we weren't willing to give him more information yet, we could at least look and see what we could find on our own. But it could be a curse or an omen or something like that, is what we found out. So
That's not a omen. All right.
Yeah, that's odd that. Huh. I guess, I mean, to be fair, dreams weren't really our big focus, but I mean, I know almost all of the religious books that we had. We had quite a bit, and that symbol and other symbols never came up in them. So it's kind of worrying.
Well, it makes me
Interesting.
wonder if it's not religious and it's something else, but I don't know what that means.
he also did mention that potentially like a servant or something of Zogvest, like the nightmare god, like they could be doing something, or you know, but it's not. I mean, I think that unfortunately we won't know until maybe we have a little more information. But a lot of general information that was somewhat helpful.
At least somewhat of a direction to go
A
in.
lot of angles to consider.
What about the opposite direction? What if to get more information on your little nightmare stuff, you go figure out dream stuff. So Dalmanet, right?
It's not a bad idea, actually.
Mm-mm.
And like they go together, or don't go together, but in a connected way.
Kind of
In
the
tandem.
same thing.
Yeah, to an extent. I don't know if Domine is more communicative. It sounds like Zogvest doesn't really. Maybe is this like a Zogvest symbol? This one that I looked at. Do we know anything about that at all, or no?
I do not know.
There you go.
Okay.
He's
Either
not.
way, maybe.
I don't feel like he's as well known. Just
So-
because of
He's newer.
NCs.
Eleanor, you rolled a 20, right, for the symbol? Now that
Yeah.
she says the name Zogvest, that all of a sudden is like, huh, wait a second. That kind of reminds me, like, somehow there's potentially a connection to that symbol and Zogvest in your head.
Okay.
You're not
Yeah,
sure
so
what
as
it
she says,
is,
I'll-
like, exactly. It might not be, like, a one-for-one type thing, but there's some link potentially there.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just be like, wait, actually, that symbol might be associated with Zogvest in some way, or connected. Now that you say that.
I know that he's at least Neil mentioned he's newer to the job of being the Nightmare God. Yeah, and so I maybe his symbol isn't well recognized because he's not as well known as the last one. Do you know much about Zogvest or just recognize the symbol maybe? No.
I would assume. Do you want me to roll anything, or do you want to? I don't know what I know.
No, you don't know what it is. It's just, there's something about,
Connection.
like, saying the name Zogvest that there's maybe a connection somewhere in the realm of Zogvest to that symbol, but it's not like a symbol of Zogvest, I don't think. But
Oh, okay.
it might be like a
Relate.
adjacent thing to that.
Like,
Mm.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yes, I
Maybe
don't
one of
know.
his, maybe like a servant or something. Maybe someone he works
Okay.
closely with. I don't know.
Faction.
The
So why-
faction, yes.
Yeah, it could be.
So if he has a book on it, someone has studied it or made a
A book
written
on it. Yeah.
take on it. So
I was
something
thinking of
follow
going to the.
there.
So I thought about going to the library and doing some research and seeing if I could find anything. But whenever we have time. But not a complete
Well-
dead end, I guess, at all. More open-ended questions, but
We do have a few days. As Vari who needs some time to try and make a device for us. So she
Mhm.
may also call upon us to experiment a bit outside of the barrier that she made.
Yeah, I didn't
Mm,
volunteer you
okay.
gues, but she did use the word guinea pig. So
Oh,
I did volunteer
okay.
myself.
I think you used it first, honestly.
Pretty sure she did, but okay. Either way, yes, we agreed upon guinea-ish experiments upon I volunteered for it. So if
You
any
mean
of you
like-
want to include
Do you mean like
to
an
see-
actual guinea pig?
No. Well, I mean,
'Cause
actually,
I might be able to do that.
it'd be an interesting interaction how the guinea pig of guinea pig experiments would work. But that's actually like that. And hey, your person came to you when you're wild shaping, so let's do birds with one stone. No offense. But yeah, I'm just saying, if any of you want to be part of experimenting more in this Mishaps with us, that's something she's wants.
It may help
Help.
her pinpoint.
if we're not permanent, then
Let's
that's
do.
fine.
The more value we can offer her, the more she's gonna be wanting to work with us. Oh, she made it clear, and again, he like hushes up on this. Made it clear that they aren't very experimental here on the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
That she wants to be more. So again, I don't know how much the dean's aware of her stuff, but something to think of. The more she could find an outlet with us to be a little bit more reckless in a safe way, could be something that offers her value if they stifle her here for the safety of the school.
Yeah, there's just since they're students, I think they have a lot of checks to go
They're
through.
responsible for the safety
people's-
of a lot
yeah.
of people.
Yeah. So they're not going to be very fast and loose with like the rules, I guess. But they do want to. But I'm sure for her, if she had volunteers, I don't mind volunteering as long as the effects aren't permanent. But yeah, if we can, figure it out. Then,
So far, other than that ritual that went awry that started all this, none of it has been permanent that we know of.
Correct. So that's my only. I mean, depending on the, I guess I don't know. Maybe that ritual was like a certain caliber of like spell that was more. I don't know. It didn't seem. It seemed like it was kind of a run of the mill spell until it went awry. I don't know. I wouldn't mind volunteering though.
That's only been our experience so far. That doesn't mean
that's true.
There's
could
always
be.
a
Could
risk,
have been.
I
Yeah.
think.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. I mean, as long as she was willing to help us, I think we could definitely.
That, and she wasn't aware of what ritual happened to us, but she thinks it could be in the vein of divination and something experimental, taking a more well-known spell and making it
their
into
own.
something. Which is funny because she was on the same path that I was about trying to track down Mishaps. So that was kind of validating there. Felt cool.
Maybe one of them. I mean, maybe it's like a monster hunter thing specifically where they took. I don't know what they'd be looking for, but yeah, maybe they took a regular spell and made it into something else before the tests.
My gut tells me it's more than that. It's got to be connected to something a little higher up.
Could be.
That's just me.
A lot to think about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we do anything else, would you all mind terribly if I make my way to the library? I was going to try and see if I can find a spell that would be useful.
I'd like to go as well. I would do some research on the symbol or whatever it is, if possible.
Yeah, Euphemia, do you have anything you want to do?
I was open to doing some research, but I also need to go to the post office at some point.
I'll head with you to the post office if you want to. Then go back to the library and meet them up afterwards. Steve, it's still there.
What are you saying?
Croissant. I forget what it was. You can go see if your croissant's still at the window. You know, like the whole.
The
solstice
pastry
thing that you did. Yeah, for jam.
For Ram?
For Ram.
Jam on the pastry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sorry. Spoke too fast on that one.
Yeah, and I wasn't. Yeah, I don't even need to roleplay anything that I'm doing. I was just essentially gonna pick a first level spell and copy it down in my book.
All right.
I was gonna try and I guess just
I
I don't need to RP it, but I was gonna try and at least like roll to see if I could find something on that symbol or on Zogfest or on the old Nightmare God, I forgot his name, or anything like that I could like Calenthros, that's it, yeah.
Okay. You can roll me an investigation roll.
I have not used my advantage yet, so I can see if I.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it since why not? Worse. You said investigation or what is it?
Investigation.
Investigation. I don't think I have any. Nope. That is a 13.
All right. So that's what you're doing in the afternoon. The other two, you guys doing anything as you head out into the city? You said.
Yeah, I just want to go to the post office a sec.
Okay. What do you want to do at the post office?
I would
And Dad,
like
are
to
you
go
going with
in.
her, by the way? Okay.
Yeah. I would just walk in and ask if there's any mail for me.
They shrug. Nope.
Okay. I'm expecting potentially some letters to come through, but I don't know how long we'll be staying in town. Is there a way to let you know if we're leaving and forward it to the next location, or?
Yes, if you do want us to forward it, you can arrange for that. It will come at a cost, but it
Sure.
can be done. So whenever you need it,
Okay.
just come by and we'll take care of it.
Okay. Thanks.
Of course.
I was not expecting anything. Do you have anything for Davro Berza?
No.
Just in case, you know.
All right. Anything else you two are doing out in the city?
Unless
Checking
Dad
on
wanted
the
to make
pastry.
another.
You're checking on the pastry.
We can. Just go make
Yeah,
a loop.
let's go check on the pastry.
I have a feeling it might be gone. but I don't know that that means anything.
Okay. You just head around the
Yeah.
back of the tavern, and you do find that it is gone. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Could
Are
be
there any like
squirrels or...
traps
Travel
around?
employee
Yeah.
might have taken it on a bad
Yeah,
day.
hey.
There's
For
not
sure.
much that would leave tracks here. Like, there's not much to
Okay.
leave tracks on here. So,
Oh, just like
Could be
dirt or
birds or
whatever.
something too.
Yeah.
Carried off.
so,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's gone. Eventually good. Anything else
Crows
you
are
guys
holding
plan on
off on
doing this
some.
afternoon?
Yeah, I think on the way back, Dev would just kind of, you know. So it's gone. That's a good sign, yeah.
It might be a good sign. It could have just been an animal or something too.
True, but I mean, now you know most likely you're not hallucinating, unless it was just super random.
I don't think that it proves anything, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair. You
I
doing
mean,
all
the
right,
the dress feels like more proof to me than anything.
though? Oh, for sure. You know, and the tooth. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. That sucks. But how are you feeling? Like, you overwhelmed? You good?
I'm okay. I have a lot to think about. This guy today, he kind of insinuated that if he's gonna do any more research, that I need to give him some really personal information, and I don't know how I feel about that.
That's probably just to eliminate wasted research, right? Get a more pointed direction. Unless do you think this guy has some sort of relation to Zogfest and is dangerous?
I don't know. I didn't get that impression necessarily, but Ram also said that there wasn't really anybody at the school that was helpful. So
That's weird.
pretty weird.
I had another nightmare. It seemed like a couple other people were affected by nightmares again. So, you think this is related to your little shadow cloud thing?
I don't know. It's possible. Mark, this hasn't really happened of note anywhere else in that I can think of, right?
Not really, no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm worried it's related, and I don't know what that means.
Hey, I'm cool.
And I'm sorry.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm cool bearing it. But I kind of just wanted to know, because you kind of seem like you're interested in learning about what's happening. So if it is related, is this something you're uncovering, that you're trying to control? Or is it something you just don't want to deal with? Not trying to pry too much.
I don't know, because I didn't even know it existed until literally like a day ago. Or like
Well-
that it could be something confirmed. And
You had inklings on other stuff, though, right? I mean, you looked up stuff at the library for a reason.
I looked that up because I was curious about like what kind of place the asylum was.
Again, not trying to pry. It's not my place. Did the person in the asylum have dreams and nightmares?
She definitely saw some things. So I don't know. There's something this guy said today about proximity is making me wonder too, so. There's, if I go down that road, there's a lot more there, and I don't know if I want to. Or what that would do.
I don't know what's more dangerous, having something be around you and you're not aware of it because you're not interested in learning about it, or taking it head on to try and control it. Something to think about, though.
If I make a choice on this right away, I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that.
There's no need to make a choice on it. Just wanted to make sure you were aware that since we are a group now, eventually that choice might affect us too.
Well, it's already.
Like I said,
affecting you.
I'm here to help you, so I'm ready to do whatever it takes. But just know you're okay taking that time, and you got people to listen to and talk to if you need it during the way. You don't gotta do it alone.
Thanks.
Yep.
She just kind of crosses her arms like,
yeah, he was like knowing that was just like right at the end of like, yep, and that's why he's like, oh yeah, I took a candy. Do you want it? I just wanted to give it back.
No, I don't want Winnie's candy that you took.
All right, I'll take it then. Really good. But
Inspired candy.
cool. And I'll stay quiet the rest of the way unless she says anything else. But he knows how to deal with her, and like right when it's just at the edge of it.
Okay. So
I'll grab you a hot tea at the library.
The other two are back at the library studying. You two are walking your way back towards the school. Kelly, you rolled. You don't find anything about that symbol. You search and search through books for a good part of the afternoon, and that symbol, you're not really sure what that is. And Eleanor, you write your spells into your spell book and complete that. And as the two are walking back, there's a and then all of a sudden this like little hummingbird thing flies right up in front of you, Euphemia.
Oh.
Like a little mechanical one.
Oh.
I love them so
Cute.
much. They're so cute. Okay. I guess I'll hold out my hand.
It lands on your hand and drops out a little letter that lands on it and zip, zip, flies off out of there.
I love him.
I'm more effective.
I will, I actually want to open it right now.
Okay. We'll send it to you in our little message thing.
Yep.
So she begins to read this letter in front of you, Dav.
Try and look or not. he like kind of does that look of like, it's not like trying to look, but like that telling the other person like, hey, are you gonna tell me what that is? You good?
I like her face right now.
Did you say something to the watchlight about anything that happened in the library?
Did we?
I
as a player, cannot remember. I don't think so, but as a player, I don't remember anything. To be honest, I hated those people, so if I don't think I did, nope. That I'm aware of. But they were already pretty suspicious of us. I mean, they knew we were hanging out. And if I did, it was unintentional. That was the day we had that mishap, I think, right?
The day... Wait, was it the day of the ritual that you went? I don't think so. thought it was later.
No, I went back to them at one point, I think.
Right, you went later.
Asking about. Yeah, but
No,
I was
Winnie
asking about
did.
my stuff.
No,
that's
Winnie did.
Winnie did.
Well, we both did.
But
yeah. That was the day the mishap happened with her, and then she talked.
Yeah, but you didn't go in. Only when he did.
Right.
'Cause he knew
Yeah,
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't say anything about nightmares. Like that.
I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know what she said. She probably threw you under the bus or something, but she seems nice. I'm just joking. She wouldn't do that.
Huh. Did you meet an Edison?
No.
The name's not ringing any bells.
Okay. She's gonna frown a little bit and stick it in her pocket.
What's up?
The watch
You're
light
like-
wants to talk to me, but like I never went in there. So that's
Well,
I'm just trying
I
to
mean,
figure
you
out
got-
how they even knew who I was.
You're hanging out with me and Eleonora. Woo, 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 woo. That's a red signal up there. We made a band of monster hunters together. Like anyone that's involved with us, definitely gonna ping off something with you guys. Unless they somehow connected something from this asylum to you. They followed us. I don't know if that's relevant. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
There wasn't really anybody else around when we went though.
Magic. I mean, people would watch us. People could be invisible. I could follow you. I could disguise myself. You want to know who I am. Like takes out his clay. Oh wait, no, I can't do that right now. Never mind.
Maybe I'll ask the others when we get back.
It was like Edison, the person asking you to meet with
Mhm.
him. Where?
Edison
Heaven's
of
Reach?
the watchlight.
Here or in Watchlight or Heaven's Reach? Sorry,
Says
Watchlight.
it says to contact the watchlight.
Hmm. What are you gonna do?
Contact them. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to know what they.
Yeah, for sure. What they know or why they ain't reaching
Yeah.
out to you or why.
That would be my question.
Hopefully, Eleonora's brother isn't trying to make too much trouble for her.
It's weird if they were involved. Wouldn't you think?
Not really. He's someone of prominence. If he can make her own parents think she's dangerous, he can easily manipulate an organization like that that's trying to prevent people like us. But again, you won't know until you talk to him.
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe we can all talk about it and see if there's any other questions we have.
Dang, did that bird fly from Heaven's Reach? That's impressive.
Did it disappear after?
Oh
the
yeah, it
note
zipped off
flies
like once
right?
it's delivered, it's just right out of there.
I love it so much.
Impressive.
It's so fun. All right, I'm just gonna walk back. I'll put it in my pocket and look at it later again.
All right. So heading back towards the library to meet up with everybody else, and I think that's where we can pick up next week. It's the party reuniting that afternoon, back after their afternoon activities. So awesome! Good job, y'all, and thank you for everyone joining us today. Do really appreciate you coming along and hanging out with us. So we're gonna end our recording here, and then we'll find something to raid. But thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Bye, everybody.